Set the world on fire.
Please welcome Tom Thumley. I'm here, and your white privilege isn't going to save you tonight, okay, guys?
Desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim.
Any government is to monopolize as much violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible.
I've been on this weird anarchist arc for a few months now. This is playing by their rules, exactly how they are written.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame.
You're watching the Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. It's time for the Dog and Chicken Show.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 152 of the Dog and Chicken Show. I am your Big Bucking Emperor, your Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, the People's Champ, if you will. You have come to the most independent, inclusive, iconic, impeccable, immaculate, illuminating, illustrious, intense podcast ever. This is going to be a fun show tonight, fellas.
Aluminum.
I was going to say fellas, but, Phil's taking a fucking nap, apparently. So, anyway, Tony, what's up, brother?
Yes, it is I, your fucking rhetorical splendency, king of extreme, Lord of the Scottish Highlands, because he's not using it tonight, apparently. No, it's just me, Tony fucking G. I'm quadruple distilled and non-chill filtered, baby. I know how much you love that. And you can find me on TikTok at Tony the Rod 2.0. How we doing tonight?
Good. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone. I don't know. Maybe it's just my my internet connection here in South Dakota hotel room. Okay. Looks like the stream's back up on Facebook. Okay. I don't know. Maybe
did it go down?
It looked like it went down on my end, but I don't know. I don't know. That's the first time I've seen that.
Oh, it looks like it didn't stop for me.
YouTube looks fine. Anyway, welcome, folks. We do have a lot of fun stuff tonight. Hopefully, Phil does jump in here because there's a couple we gotta have his participation for, of course. Tony, this one's not planned. I might have a filler story until Phil does jump in.
Excellent. Yeah, we got a lot of fun topics, and then if we get inebriated enough and there's nothing else to talk about, which is ridiculous, but we're going to do it anyway regardless, towards the end, I got a bunch of really interesting and fucked up would you rather questions. So this could be an interesting one, folks. You're going to want to stick around till the end of the show because this is, the best show all on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. What's up, Tyler? And Buddha.
Damn it.
And congratulations to this motherfucker. He won the points on his derby season. He kicked ass this year. He got 3 first place finishes, a second and a third. This guy killed it this year. Kudos to Buddha.
I need to find the story. Keep filling time. I can't remember what it was called.
Keep filling time. All right. Well, I am starting off the evening with a lovely bourbon. This is one of my favorite brands, Maker's Mark, and one of my favorite offerings by them is the Private Selection Series. They make hundreds of these. Literally, none of them are bad. This one's from Ken's Kegs / CBS collaboration from March of 2021. This one is really heavy on Maker's Mark 46 on the ingredient panel. This one's so damn good. I love it. And then I got some cheap shit, some Knob Creek 9 and some old Granddad Bonnet I'm going to get into here shortly after I have my good drink. Tony, take a shot for my subscription. Son of a bitch.
So let's talk about it. So apparently we do have stars tonight. I thought stars were going to get kicked off tonight. So I was a little surprised. Well, maybe it looked like it was going to let me send stars. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. So here's while Tony's getting that ready. Here's something we were talking about. Because sometimes we miss stars. Sometimes stars aren't available because, well, life happens and I don't have time to game as much as I wish I did to keep stars going. So on here's how we'll go. Weeks we don't have stars, we will reset the subscription, folks, every hour. So not only if you subscribe for $5 a month, not only will you be able to have something on the board the first hour of the show, but you'll have a second shot on the second hour. And if we go long and we hit into that third hour, we'll reset that clock again. So this does a lot of things. This helps kind of spread it out so we're not taking 6 shots in like 5 minutes, but also makes your subscription even more fucking valuable, people. Like, I don't know. This is genius to start out with. We'll change it over time, but that's kind of where we're going right now. So make sure if you're on Facebook, you jump over and you hit that subscribe. For $5 a month, you get to you get to fuck with us and take over the show on occasion every hour on the hour. And Tony looks very...
I was trying to find a writing utensil. Sorry. And I've got a permanent marker.
Oh, shit. Fail the stars, please.
So, yeah. All right. This is such a better deal. Like, folks, like usually with the Starboard, when we start doing shots or beer chugs, which I've got a beer and I've actually brought a shot glass that basically just broke on me. You got to pay 500 stars. Then every time... The next time it's another, then it's 1,000, then it's 1,500, so on and so forth. This is such a better deal. It's $5 a month instead of $5 a shot, or $10 a shot, or $15 a shot. This is going to be worth every week. So you're going to get one every week. This is 4 shots for the price of one. Like, this is a much, much better deal. And yeah, we're really bad at keeping the stars up. So. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot, though, at the behest
basically,
of Mr.
that subscription just helps pay for our StreamYard account. So, yeah, that's basically all we're using it for.
I'm going to do one of my favorites. This is called the Crown Hotel. I'm using Crown Vanilla.
I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Oh, God, it's so good. Crown Vanilla especially works really nice with this, but it's half Crown Vanilla, went a little heavy there, and half butter shots. It's so good. I went really heavy on the whiskey. Damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, these old Jaeger glasses are really deceiving. Oh, fuck. All right. Cheers. Oh, my God. That's so good. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, my Facebook app is wigging out right now. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I do have our story to kick off the show. Hopefully Phil wakes up. I sent him a text too. I'm assuming
I don't know where the hell he's at.
I don't know either. That's all right. Let's open this up with some trans rights talk. There was a Supreme Court decision that I don't know. Like last week, we had what's his name? 778, whatever the dude's name was, from Twitch.
Yeah, that you nailed it.
Yeah, whatever it was. That dude was trying to argue with us in the chat, and was you know how lefties are. They were super tolerant of our ideas and were super convincing and not offensive at all and not trying to be a dick. Anyway, I thought this was just kind of apropos, if you will. The Fourth Circuit is first to rule that Associates with Disabilities Act protects gender dysphoria. So basically, do we have an interruption in the show?
Oh, of course we do.
Drink. There's our first simultaneous drink. Yes, Urasama's correct. His name was something like that's very, very appropriate. This story I thought was kind of poetic to the whole conversation around like this really diehard push for the trans community. Again, here at the show, like whatever, you do you, really don't care. Equal rights for all, blah, 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 all that. Like we're all on the same page for the most part. But This one was for gender affirming care. So this is, to allow you to become the gender that you wish to be affirmed on. It doesn't mean that you're actually a male or a female or that specific gender that you want to be. This is care that would affirm that you are what you say you are. So, and so they're putting it under the American with Disabilities Act in this court ruling, which to me just
so what does this protect, though?
Well, this allows for transgender, gender affirming care surgeries, tops and bottoms and whatnot. It says that the state cannot prevent it or make it illegal to do these surgeries.
Okay.
But really, it says that this is probably the thing that transgender folks should be the most offended at, is they're saying it's a disability now, according to this court ruling.
Well, and that's the thing. Now, what's the public outcry going to be to this? Is it going to be offense, or is it going to be thank you for catering to my wishes? Because if it's the latter, if it's just like, okay, thank you for giving us this, and they acknowledge that the wording that they're using,
there will be no thank yous.
Well, no, of course not. But you know what I mean. Like if they take this and they don't get offended by it, it just kind of it backs up the idea that it's less about actually feeling a certain way, and it's more about having the world treat you special.
Yes.
So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how far this is going to go. We'll see how this goes over.
So
there.
this will go to the Supreme Court more than likely. And the Supreme Court will shoot it down saying, well, one, this is kind of offensive to say that, transgender folks are disabled. They're not. It's not saying that that gender dysphoria is not an issue. Is it a disability? Should you be able to have special rights and accommodations at the workplace because of your mental illness?
Right.
Like, I don't know if this is I'm wondering if it will make misgendering hate speech.
It already kind of is.
It's leaning that way, social media wise and cultural wise. I think the Supreme Court obviously will shoot it down with the right leaning folks that are in there. This is just a sneaky way to try to, I don't know. It's placating the idea that we have to treat others differently. So if you're a transgender person, instead of treating you as an individual, we want to treat you as a group of people that need to have special treatment.
Right.
Which I thought that's what most of them were fighting against, is stop treating me different and treat me like everybody else. Like
the lines are kind of blurred.
I think
honestly.
we've lost the plot. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
I agree. Like that's just it. Like I think at one point they kind of forget the whole basis of the argument and just kind of go like once the narrative changes and once the pulse shifts a little bit, like they change with the pulse, right? And we're going to be mad regardless. So I don't think it really matters. It's just kind of everybody's against us, and if they start to cozy up to us or try to, placate towards us, it's time to change our narrative a little bit. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. But you're right. Yeah, the Supreme Court will shoot it down. So, and that'll just give them more ammunition.
Yeah. So I'm wondering. Hopefully we get some back in our Twitter or our Twitch comment tonight. I'd love to come back and touch.
Well, that's the thing. We were nothing but cordial, and we listened to his points, and he was just very angry. I wonder if all Twitch people are like that. I hope not.
Okay, so like normally when somebody in the chat like goes off like that, I did get a text that night of like, why don't you just like go off on that dude? Well, it's because I don't know him. Usually if I know somebody in the chat and that they're doing something stupid like that, I'll fucking go off because one, if you know me personally, you should know better, God damn it, than to do stupid shit like that. But this is some random stranger, and they obviously here's what I've come to find out is they all are seeking attention. There's folks out there that are, transgender, whatever. They have all kinds of other things going on in their life. Cool, whatever. Do you? But the second that it turns into an attention-seeking mission to where you have to be right and everybody else is the enemy, then I have no business talking to you because there's no conversation to be had, and it's a waste of everybody's time. And it's not even entertaining anymore. It's just silly at a certain point.
And the other thing is, like, this show, the basis of it has always been we're against people being silenced. So, yes, we're going to listen to your opinion, even if we don't agree with it, no matter how shitty your take is.
Jeff Peskoff.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are exceptions, obviously, to the rule. And yes, Peskoff pretty much used any goodwill and honesty and just understanding that he had, like, and went off.
I've never seen a man of the Jewish faith be so anti-Semitic.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
It
really is disturbing how just self-hating he is towards himself and everybody around him. It's unfortunate. It's sad, really.
It was very sad.
Yeah.
Should I ever unban him? We should just
eventually. Yeah,
eventually.
I mean, you unbanned Amanda.
Well, that was just so I could ban him because you guys only let me have one, and I think we all agreed that he took it to another level.
Once we get back to 200 subscribers on just YouTube, you can have 2.
We're only 11 away.
I know. We're finally getting back up in these numbers, folks, after Facebook disowned us for a while during COVID, and then they kind of got cool again. And now YouTube's going to pretend like all those reasons that they smacked us around didn't actually happen, but they'll continue to slap us around.
Our YouTube strike fell off.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, it's been 6 months, so
there's that.
Yeah,
I'm sure we did something else they can replace it with.
Oh yeah, we still have a warning, so the next thing goes strike. Strike. So yeah, they leave the warnings on for a year, but they'll drop that strike in 6 months. It makes a lot of sense.
Thanks, YouTube.
Everything YouTube does makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, literally fucking none.
So are we changing the order since Phil?
I guess, yeah. This is unfortunate. I don't know what the deal is.
Hope he's okay. He didn't.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, he didn't answer me either. Anybody who's seen Phil, wake him up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just taking a nap.
Yeah,
that's usually what happmes.
Yep, here comes another. Yeah, exactly. We talk about it and then we get smacked.
Yeah, I didn't talk about me drinking tonight. I do have. I'm going classic.
Wow.
One. I'm in a hotel room. So like it is what it is. I'm not going to carry around too many fancy bottles. I do have a bottle of George Dickel bottled bond back here that I have not opened yet. I kind of want to save that for a review when I get home.
That's fair.
But I do have some Jim Beam Black.
Good stuff.
That'll be my shot choice for the night.
There you go.
If we get around to those. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at tonight.
Hey, Melanie.
Melanie.
Thanks for joining.
So which one should we go into now that we've determined that the U.S. government is, I guess we'll wrap that up. It sounds like, damn it, Tony, fuck you. It sounds like the U.S. government is, or the judicial branch of our U.S. government is saying that transgender folk are disabled. And that's a 4th district, I think, which is like East Coast.
It sounds like MASH. Does this not sound like fucking Klinger from MASH? Like dressing up as a woman to try to get kicked out of the military? Like that's what this sounds like.
MASH was way ahead of its time, man.
Way ahead of its time. Holy shit. But if we're going to call it a disability because we're assuming that people are mentally ill, I think that goes a little far in a lot of cases. Now, granted, whether they're doing it because they actually feel this way, or they're trying to seek attention, or they're just trying to fit in, or they're actually mentally ill, it's not one size fits all, and it's going to be different on the individual. So you can't really throw them all into a label, and that's a legitimate gripe. You can't throw everybody into one pen. It doesn't work like that.
Here's my shot glass tonight. This is unscientific. I have no idea if this is an actual shot, but again, Jim Beam Black, a very underrated. I hate Jim Beam. I hate everything Jim Beam's ever put out except for this.
Yeah,
this is amazing stuff, folks. And it's only like $20-25 a bottle. It's great to cook with. It's great to mix with. It's great to just drink straight. So, cheers, folks.
Yeah.
I think that was more than a shot.
Oh, yeah, that was like a double. You went a little heavy there.
It's all right. I just got started. I didn't get a warm up tonight, so
That's fair. The black is awesome. Yes, it is a great, and it's a low ABV, so yeah, it's a great bottle.
I soak my ribeyes before I throw them on the Traeger for about an hour in Jim Beam Black, and
yeah,
it gets into the fat and it gets into the meat, but not too much to where it's overbearing. You get a good bourbon flavor in your steak. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It's a versatile one. It's a great mixer, great cooker, great sipper, great shot. You can't lose with this stuff.
Cheap shit.
Yeah, $25. It's great stuff. Is it good for butt chugging?
Wait until the post show and find out.
That's going to cost you 5,000 stars. I'll find a funnel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to do that.
So changing the order of the show, should we jump right into Joe Busy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Those of you with student debt, I don't know if I think you're still supposed to make your payments right now. I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, unless you're already in like deferment or you make your payments as regular. I don't think that's changed.
Legal advice.
God, no. Do not take anything we say on the show as legal advice ever.
Or financial advice. Biden canceled billions in student debt, but what he plans to do next could have an even bigger impact. One, I don't know if this is gonna go. Because, you can't just...
it's not like being the president and declassifying a document.
Yeah.
You can't just say it.
Well, no, this, I don't think the executive branch has the authority to just do this.
No, they don't. No,
there's a lot of financial institutions involved.
This has to go through Congress, doesn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and I don't think
even Pelosi was like, I don't know about all that.
I don't know if the Senate's gonna pass it. The House will, but you got Sinema and Manchin that are in the way, and
this is not a done deal. But here's the thing. I think let's just call a spade, okay? This is 110% a cash grab. And by that, I mean, this is the Democrats and the Biden administration just begging for votes from millennials, because of course it is. We're coming into the midterms. This is them 100% trying to get extra votes, trying to buy extra votes, because everybody's going to remember that. It'll be fresh in their minds. Hey, we canceled some of your student debt heading into this election. Don't you want to vote for us? We'll make more cool shit like that happen. So whether it happens or not, it's still good faith on their part, where it's supposed to be misconstrued that way. But this is not a done deal. Some people thinking, thank God. Some people thinking, damn it. Depending on which side of the fence you're on. Yeah, this isn't done yet, though. And it's got a lot of steps, like you said, to go through.
Well, even if this does go, and they do cancel the $10,000 or whatever that the threshold is, however this goes, you're still going to have the same problem in 5 years. This is stupid. This is not fixing anything. This is throwing, like Tony said, this is throwing money out to millennials for votes. This is buying votes. That's all.
That's the thinking behind it, anyway.
Well, this doesn't fix any of the problem on the predatory loans that kids are like at fucking 17, 18 years old. You can sign a document to get $40,000 to go to school, and maybe your tuition, room, and board's only going to cost you $20.
Yeah.
There's so many kids that fucking take these huge loans. They go to school for 4, 6, 8 years, and then the interest rate is so damn high.
Well, it's gross that it became the norm in the first place to get a kid right out of high school and burden them with crippling debt for the next 20 years.
Well, and then the ones that do pay it back get nothing. The ones that did things responsibly, saved their money, didn't waste it, and used as much as they could to pay back, and you get nothing. Hey, way to be fiscally responsible, unlike your government. Way to save taxpayers' money. Way to go. Fuck you. That's basically what this is to anybody who's actually...
To a degree.
done this correctly. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, the people that are going to be able to pay off their student loans within 10 years of graduation, they went into a field and were into a specific field and were able to find that high level job right out of college. And I mean, that's a select few that they were able to pay those debts off quickly, which if that's the case,
mostly working at
they're
Starbucks.
Probably not and should not be that upset that other people are going to get, a little bit of kickback. Let's be frank.
These folks are working at Starbucks with a fucking 4-year degree.
So, I've seen like it's been a civil war all over my social media all week.
Twitter lefties want it all forgiven. 10K ain't going to win them over. Yeah, because it's always I want more. It's the same thing with the child. What happens when you give your child one cookie? Well, I want another cookie.
They want a sleeve of Oreos.
And then tomorrow I want 3 cookies. And then the next day I want 4. And all of a sudden your fucking pantry's full of boxes of cookies because you're a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn, you saying a degree in lesbian dance theory won't make $100K a year? No, that's the thing. No, it will not. No, good God. That's the thing I keep seeing is why should we forgive a bunch of student debt for gender studies degrees? Look, I understand it's easy to poke fun at shit like that, but here's the thing. Like, I'll be honest. Like this whole thing does not offend me in the fucking slightest. And guess what? I kind of fucking hope it happens. You know why? Because I happen to be married to a nurse who has some student fucking loans out there yet. So guess what? This would tickle me goddamn pink. And you know what? I'm not going to feel the slightest bit bad about it at all. Oh no, my tax dollars have to go to pay for your student debt. Guess what? You're going to pay tax dollars anyway. What it actually goes to, they're going to find a way to get that money if they want it.
At least it's not going to Ukraine.
Exactly. In all actuality, $10,000 is still a bit of a slap in the face, considering we've done things right ever since we've been together for 15 fucking years, trying to pay them off the right way, being married and not just getting a divorce and claiming no, dual income to get benefits from the government. Look, we're doing things the right way. As far as I'm concerned, this is the fucking least they can do for somebody in our situation. Like, my God, they could go ahead and forgive all of it for people like ourselves in this situation, because she actually went into a field and she's working a job in that field. Hell yes. Please give us a $10,000 fucking forgiveness. That would be absolutely the least you could fucking do. And guess what? You're still going to pay taxes, whether it be for this, whether it be for fucking gender studies in fucking India. Guess what? You're still going to be paying taxes no matter what. Why shouldn't we, who are also still paying the exact same taxes, get some of that money back as well? So you know what? This whole thing really doesn't piss me off that much, and it's probably not going to happen to the degree that they're saying it's going to.
It kind of reminds me of like when the COVID relief checks were coming and everybody was getting there, and it was like, it's not very often the government will just throw you a check.
Yeah,
you should.
We told you all in 2020 they're going to get this money back, and guess what? They're getting it back.
Oh yeah, they'll get it back later. But when they give it to
back
you
now. Yeah, inflation, man. Come on.
Yeah. Take it when you can get it and use it wisely. Yes. Be prepared for them to come back after it. But yeah, to your point on there, the only thing that pisses me off with it is it doesn't fix anything.
No, it's not fixing anything. The problem's still going to be there. Like I said, an 18-year-old fresh out of high school is still going to have crippling debt.
Yeah.
Depending what field they go into and depending on what kind of job and career they have coming out of that, regardless of graduating or not, very few are going to be able to pay those loans off quickly, like we were talking about. No, the problem, and that's the other thing. You look at studying abroad, like it's a completely different thing. University's free in other countries. Like where education is designed in this country to cripple you financially right out of high school.
Just
and
don't
not actually
people while you're there.
And misgender people, of course, but also to breed perennial people who are not that fucking smart in a lot of these areas. Because guess what? A lot of these teachers, a lot of these professors at a lot of these universities are late 20s. And we're talking about teaching people who are entering their early 20s. So really, you're just trying to make woke taught by woke and tax them to death and cripple them with financial debt, but somehow confuse and convince them that they need. Yeah, it's just a vicious cycle, and nobody sees through it.
it's creating the future tax brackets.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I've heard several suggestions. I just think these loans, like if you need a college, abolish all college loans. If you need to go to college and pull a loan to do such, it should be through your bank, a personal loan. You shouldn't be doing anything beyond that. Like, and if your parents want to co-sign for you and say that, hey, if you fuck up on this, then we'll take over that loan and we'll be financially responsible for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then hey, yeah, that's the way it should be. I don't know why we have these other means to pull these loans from just dirt. It's all dirty money. We all know
it is.
It's all fucking dirty money. And then the interest rates on there, like if you were to keep these fucking institutions that are throwing out these loans, no, those interest rates need to have a cap or none.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, if you want to go balls to the wall, anybody who's paid all of their loans off, I think they should get all of the money that they paid in on those interest rates back as a tax credit.
That's fine.
You should get that as a tax credit until you, like, every year. It just keeps diminishing down. I like the idea.
That, but the cost out of the gate, the cost of tuition, the cost of textbooks, the cost of everything. It's like you said on the show.
Bullshit school.
Oh, well, the price does not make sense no matter how you look at it. It's like you've said, itemizing a hospital bill and looking at the cost of a Kleenex.
Yep.
Look at the cost of a fucking textbook in comparison.
$400 for a box of Kleenexes.
Yeah, the prices do not make sense. This is all, like you said, just dirty money going into the pockets of the people who run the university. There's no reason it should be this expensive.
It's not anybody you'll ever meet at the university that's making that money.
No, absolutely not. It's all the people on the board. It's all the fucking people behind the scenes that keep people coming into the school, making it still a very viable option after high school instead of going to a trade school and getting a job immediately. Lynn, I don't see how an 18-year-old cannot get a car loan without a cosigner, but can get a student loan up to $100. Exactly. And you have collateral with the car.
You know what you can do though?
Dick with the degree until you get.
You know what you can do with that student loan though? Is you can use that $100K because it's more than what you need for college. You can use that to buy yourself a fucking brand new car in cash, and now you're paying for say you use $20,000 out of that to buy yourself a nice ride in college. Well, that $20,000 car is going to end up costing you about $60,000 after interest rates.
Yeah.
Because
none of this makes sense
because you were stupid with your money in college.
Yeah.
It's predatory. It is because kids aren't smart enough. They haven't gone through a economics class. They haven't gone through. Well, apparently they didn't pay attention in math in high school to pay attention to interest rates.
I mean, Jesus, once they started adding letters and shit, who cares?
I know, fucking algebra. God damn it.
No, we've talked about this on the show before about how the university system has been flawed, broken, and just a cash grab for as long as we can remember. And that's not going to change. And here's the thing. I said they're going to evolve because the lockdown era, 2020, it really kind of revealed that you don't have to go in person to get an education, especially at a collegiate level. You can do this online and learn just as much. Because guess what? The professor doesn't give a fuck if you sit there and drink beer in the goddamn class. You're still paying and they're still getting paid. They'll fail you and it's not going to be any hair off their skin. They're not surgeons. It doesn't go on their record if you fail. So we're finding out that you can do this long distance. You can do this online. And guess what? Online education can be just as good. Instead, though, the universities are going to adapt. They're going to evolve and they're going to make it impossible to still get the education you want at an actual reasonable price. They're going to do it like subscription packages for like Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max. You're going to have to buy all the shit. We thought that subscriptions were going to be the greatest thing. Streaming was the new fucking baby. Yeah. Oh, subscriptions are going to be great. No more cable. Guess what? After you buy all the fucking subscriptions, guess what? You still have a fucking cable bill, but you're paying 10 different things. And that's what they're going to do with universities and colleges if it goes the online route. You're not going to be able to pick and choose the professors and the classes that you want. You're still going to have to do your general requirements and you're still going to have to do all these hoop jumps. It's all going to be evolution. They're still going to get the money that they wanted to get in the beginning. Whether you're in person or online, they're still going to find the way to make money. Just like the government is still going to find a way to make you pay taxes, regardless of having $10,000 forgiven.
Anyway, Tony Beerchug.
You cocksucker.
So, folks, just reminder and update. So, with stars, we have stars, of course. In lieu of stars, our future endeavors, because sometimes we miss out on stars and you don't have the opportunity to jump in and or even have the funds to do it. For $5 a month subscription on Facebook, you get on every show a chance to give a drink, give a shot, whatever, make Tony chug a beer. And then when we don't have stars, we're going to reset that clock every hour. So you think of the value of that. The 500 stars sometimes can cost up to $10, really. But for $5 a month, you get the same value, possibly up to 3 times in one show. So you're selling yourself short every week that you do not subscribe.
Exactly. It could cost you $30 one show or $5 for
new
4
rule
shows.
from Nathan Dallin. Thanks for jumping in the chat. New rule: only pastors go to college. I don't know. Maybe I'm one of those. I'm one of those ones that people really hate because I don't see the value in college, and maybe that's because of my own life experience. Now, I get there's specialty things that you need to do. Like I get to be a lawyer, to doctor, like okay, maybe those are at the high levels of it. But a lot of this stuff can be self-taught at a way, way lower goddamn price. And you'll be and the problem is we do not have a society set up in a way that where you can actually measure the actual intelligence of things without having some of these classes. So like if you wanted to go get a specific let's go tech field. So I was at a high school, I went for a whole bunch of different computer things. I was doing like networking technologies and Cisco networking. Then I was doing like A+. There was a certification for A+ computer repair. But unless you took certain classes or courses, you could not. That was like a prerequisite just to take the test. Dude, I could rip apart, rebuild networks and code everything just fine without having to take these classes. But I had to take these classes in order to get certified, to get a license to work in that field, which to me was silly. I could do the work. I didn't need to take any of this. I knew how to do it all. Why do I have to pay money to somebody else to prove that I know what I know? Like, just let me take the test. What's the test? I'll ace your test. Just like I can do it on my own. So like the way it's set up is one that's predatory because like why? Sure, maybe you're like clearing the field out for assholes that really don't know what they're doing, but why not just put that money into the testing? Like I would have rather.
Wouldn't it be more beneficial to prove that people are actually learning something and actually have skilled people?
I would have rather stayed in that field. I quit school. I left it because one, I didn't want to spend my whole life coding because Jesus Christ, it was fucking horrible and boring. But two, it was like I had to spend thousands of dollars to prove that I know what I know by retaking classes that I already took. I took them in high school, but they wouldn't accept those for me to get the degree and be certified unless I paid the school to teach me it again. I'm like, what was the point in doing this in high school? One, two, what's the point of me taking a second time? Sure, technology advances, but like I could just go do this job right now. Like,
well, just it.
But like,
and a lot of it's still going to be on the side training. You're still going to have to learn as you go through the motions.
I would have rather have paid the testers like a percentage of that fund to just skip all that and be like, hey, just let me take the test and show you I know what I'm doing. And
that's just it. You should not have to be forced to waste your time relearning something you have already proven, but because you got a degree and you have paperwork that says, look, I took this class here, I did this, I passed with this grade. Why does that not translate to the next level?
It's an arbitrary piece of paper. Like, you know how many people I know that have a degree on something like maybe sounds professional, maybe doesn't. Like at this day and age, people have fake degrees. People go to not very credible colleges and get, a bachelor's degree in social sciences, and you're like,
University of Phoenix.
well, but, hey, some of those people are smart enough. Like,
oh, absolutely. We always shit on
there's
Phoenix.
So much of those that you have out there to where, like, anybody that's like, well, I got a bachelor's degree in this or a master's in this. I'm like, yeah, but you're still fucking dumb. Like, I don't care.
Book smart and common sense aren't always the same.
Yeah, even the book smart people aren't that book smart.
No, well, they're book smart about one thing.
They passed this low bar and spent a lot of money. That's all it means.
Yeah,
that's all most of these degrees mean is I passed the minimum expectation and I spent tens of thousands of dollars. That's it. That's all it means. And for an employer, it means that you're willing to spend a shit ton of time studying shit that they're never, ever going to use again and spend a lot of money doing it. So it goes, oh, these people are loyal. That's it. That's like, now the new model, kids don't stick around. People don't stick around in jobs. It's a gig economy. People are jumping around. So I on both ends of the spectrum, I'm not that conservative, but a little conservative leaning. And even on my left leaning things, I'm like, why do people still hold on to this? Like, I don't understand why, like, we're still holding on to this education system that is, one, failing fucking everybody, two, wasting people's monies and ruining their lives and putting them in such crippling debt they'll never, ever fucking recover from. And the ones that do aren't going to fucking have anything to show for it.
Well, it's crazy how the people who are stupidly rich that run these universities want to burden people coming out of high school with crippling debt for the rest of their lives to prevent other people from joining the elite class. It's almost like it's by design. Strange. On that note, let me get this out of the way, you fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah. Tony's got a beer chug. I forgot.
All right. Well, I don't know where the fuck Phil is. We're 40 minutes in. I don't think we're going to see Phil until like the very end when he like rolls out of bed and goes, oh, is it Thursday? Oh, shit. I was tired. Hey, guys, what'd I miss? Anyway, Tony fucking G here. Here's your beer chug, you bastard.
Oh, that was beautiful, sir. Beautiful. Now with nice.
Thank you.
Now with the revelation that we're likely not going to see Phil tonight. Feel free, any of those that want to jump in on some of these topics. Shoot us a message. Open invite for anybody who's ready to talk about some of the hottest hitting topics of the day. You see them scrolling across the bottom of your screen.
Hot, there. Sticky, and nasty.
And again, make sure.
What should we dive into next? Unless we got some final thoughts we need to round out on this. Like, I guess the last thing I would say is anybody who thinks at this point that the collegiate university and education system don't need a mass revamping, especially at the collegiate level, who honestly is paying these universities insane amounts of money and being crippled with debt for the rest of their lives that actually enjoys this system and thinks it's a good idea? Because 90% of that income is just going into pockets. It's not going into the university. I mean, maybe my stats aren't exact, but probably not that fucking far off. So yeah, I really hoped coming out of lockdown by 2022 we would have seen some real changes, but no, we're just going right back to the status quo. It looks like, unfortunately.
I still go, but I guess I'll wrap it up on my end with, if I would have finished my college courses, got my degree and went to work in that field, I might be making the same amount of money as I am today with whether that been an associate's or a bachelor's.
Right.
If I would have stuck it out, bachelor's probably would have been equal to what I make today. But I would still be paying off fucking student loans.
Yeah.
I'd still be paying. I would be excited about this $10,000 bullshit and it would probably only cut a part of it out.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like there's parts of me that wish I would have stuck it out, and I went for a year.
I'm glad I quit. Dude,
I am too.
So glad I quit.
I am too, because I didn't need more debt. I didn't need to burden me or my family with more debt or anything like that. And I didn't know what I was going for at the time. I was just going through my generals. That's the thing. But I had the misfortune of lining up classes in my 1 year that soured me on the entire experience. Like my math class that I had to take, we literally on day one walk in, sit down, and this guy who looked 6 years younger than me, Korean fellow, walks in and starts drawing on the board, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "No, really, I'm the teacher." You could hardly understand him. He was fresh from overseas. You could tell he's never been a teacher before in his life, and he is running back and forth from board to board to board to board to board, and nobody is learning a fucking thing. He understands this stuff in his sleep. Like, you could tell that this is so far beneath him because he's going through it so quickly, and nobody is retaining anything. That soured me. Then I took an art class of some sort. That was pretty much pointless. And I took a writing course. And the teacher, apparently I was so far advanced to what she'd seen in her prior teaching experience that I wrote, we went to an art gallery, find a piece of art, write a story about it.
Did you write erotica?
No, I could have. I could have. No, I didn't at the time. No, I walk around for like 40 minutes. I find a statue.
Shout out to Fumbled Penis Podcast. If you want to continue watching $10 a month, or we'll tell you the highlights of the episodes.
There you go. We can do that.
Yeah, fuck him. So $10 a month, you cunt.
So I walk around this art gallery for about 40 minutes. I find a statue. I sit down with my notebook and I knock out my story or my whatever. It took everybody else like days to do theirs because nobody else wants to do this fucking class. I was actually enjoying it. I write it in like 20 minutes and I'm done. I turn it in. And the next day she brings me in. She's like, I feel like you copied this off of an Al-Qaeda website. It's just really angry. And like, I feel like you plagiarized this. And I laughed. And I'm like, this is the final straw. I'm like, I sat down and I actually wrote something and you're going to scold me for it because you aren't used to seeing people actually want to take your class and learn from it. Fuck you. So yeah, I just had a string of bad professors, just bad timing. I don't know. I took nothing away from it. And I'm like, this is just such a waste of time and money. Why am I doing this?
10-2-10, man. I have it a good word. Phil KOE is inbound.
Well, that changes everything.
I wonder if my last text woke him up.
While we're waiting on that to happen, should we? What do we want to move on to quick here? We've got a lot of stories. Do you want to do that? Which one do you want to do? Because we got a lot.
Well, let's talk about the good news of the week. Let's jump into Fauci.
All right. That's some good news. He's now our overlord, and he is officially the title of science, and more lockdowns are coming, right? Like, that's the good news.
Science.
I am science.
Judging science. So yeah, he did come out this week and say he will be retiring. Anthony Fauci steps away. Thank you. Yes.
That's for such a stellar career and being such a stand-up guy. All these.
So this will not take effect, unfortunately, until like another 3 to 4 months. So, okay. With this, I don't know if my commentary on this will be necessarily about him retiring, but it's going to be more so over maybe reflecting on. This dude's been around for 30, 40 years. He's, done the AIDS epidemic. He's done every epidemic, pandemic, whatever, everything.
He was never in the limelight like he was until COVID, though.
COVID made him a rock star.
Exactly. Like, you've probably seen the name before. During what was it with Obama? Was that swine flu?
Swine flu, yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he was around for that, but like he wasn't put in front of the screen like AIDS. He's FDR in a fireside chat.
During AIDS, but we were all kids back then. So.
Well, okay, fine. Yeah, so anybody who was around to watch that on the media, maybe you saw this guy a lot more then. I don't know, but I can't assume to the degree or the level put out in the mainstream, like, because obviously it wasn't possible. God damn it, fuck off, Lynn. We keep that shit on the down low, man. Oh shit.
Oh shit! Here we go, folks. Let's see. Let's switch this back and.
Well, better late than never, folks. It is I, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, and also the prince of punctuality himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE. Yes, folks. I was basically doing like Batman, Superman shit. Like it was just so over
saving
top,
the world,
top secret,
saving the world.
pretty much that I just had to,
Well, you heard Fauci is retiring, so you had to fill the gap, right?
I was about to say, yes. Well, I heard Fauci was retiring, and basically my bottle of champagne just popped too quickly, and I was trying to contain the mess. And it's like
that's a euphemism. He meant his cock.
Yeah, I was about to say, good riddance to bad rubbish on Dr. Fauci. So that's.
With Fauci's announcement of retiring, like I went back and kind of like listened to some of our old shows, looked at old articles, and it was like, what all did this guy like? The mask flip-flops. Remember this shit where like immediately he lied on purpose.
Well, no, you got to have specific ones. Well, you got to use three masks on top of each other.
At first, he said absolutely no reason any American should be wearing a mask. That's ridiculous. We shouldn't be doing it. Well, okay. So he lied that way to say, oh, well, healthcare workers, we're going to need these masks. We're going to have a shortage. Okay, like it's a dishonest way to do the right thing. That's
right, but at least
justify
sense.
The means thing. How many people did he kill in that process if he really believed in mass working? What I also love right now, we can talk about mass now because you know what? It is no longer in the YouTube policies to question mass. They all of a sudden deleted it. So we get to talk about mass again without getting this strike.
Now, I was about to say, Chicken, how many times were we given strikes for talking about exactly that, which is now in complete we were all along actually in complete compliance with the current most updated guidelines actually are.
Every single strike we've had, we have been vindicated on one way or another, other than me being a bully to the president of the United States. Like I will wear that strike with a badge of honor. I am a Biden bully through and throughout, apparently criticizing the leader of the free world, the most powerful man in the whole goddamn planet. Little me got us a strike because of bullying and harassment of Joe Biden. So yeah, I'll wear that one. I'll own that one. But the rest of them were all vindicated. We were right in the moment, and the news and everything has come back to vindicate us one by one.
Phil, you asked how many times we got strikes. Phil, you got to remember. Hang on, let me put on my liberal hat for a second here. Let me put it backwards. Phil, you got to understand for a second. Just because we ended up being right now doesn't mean we were right then. And how dare you for suggesting otherwise? Hang on, let me go
that is actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, that would actually be fairly accurate to what most folks. Just because you're right now doesn't mean that you were right when you were right then. I mean,
exactly. Well, the first time I saw that excuse, my head actually did hurt, and
I think Tom used that once. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Now, just curious, before we move on much farther, I'm assuming, have you guys touched on the student debt forgiveness?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you missed it. You missed a great discussion,
Phil. I need to use the restroom, Phil. You go ahead and share your thoughts. I'll be back.
Well, there's one thing that there's an angle that a lot of folks aren't really remembering to this is, okay, so say that you've got a chunk of student debt out there, and you utilize this new program to get a chunk of it forgiven, or say all of it forgiven. I want y'all to keep something in mind out there, folks. And this is something from Warren Buffett. He always said that you're only worth what you can borrow. So basically, people who do end up utilizing this program, what you're going to be telling every fucking bank in God's creation is, hey, everyone, I'm a piece of shit and I don't pay back my debts. So keep in mind that a lot of you folks out there that do utilize this, it might save you 10 grand now, but it might actually end up costing you a home loan in the future, because you've just shown every credit agency that you'll use any out possible to get out of paying back the debts you agreed to pay. So something to just
what about those of us that already own a home?
Well, I think you should probably look into making your home's mortgage self-identify as a student loan.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to work. I don't think the bank is going to entertain that. I'm sorry.
Hey,
it's a fun notion.
Year of our Lord 2022. Well, for those who already, here's the weird thing: for people who already own a home, or for folks who didn't take out student debt, or for folks who already paid off your student loans, you're hosed. So, you're not included in this.
Wait. And so the people that own homes that have student loan debt aren't included in this?
Oh, if you own a home, sure. But if it's just for the student loan debt at the moment.
Well, okay. Now, and what we discussed first off and foremost,
and if they're comfortable with just living in the house they're living in from now until all time, they might be okay. But what they have communicated to every financial institution is that they're not actually going to pay back the loans that they've agreed to. So I hope you enjoy the home that you're in now.
I don't know that I'd necessarily prescribe to this, because guess what? A bank's going to want your money just as much as a university. So, and everybody's credit's going down the fucking shitter right now. So I don't know. I don't know if I buy this 100%. I can see where you're going with it though. But we touched on this person.
I hope you're right, T. But
yeah, me too.
Banks are going to consider that.
Here's the thing, though. This isn't a done deal. That was the first thing. Like, the Biden administration can't just say and do this. Like, it's still got to go through all the proper channels. It's not a done deal. And yes, this is a vote grab. They're trying to appeal to all the newly crippled debt, high schoolers that can now vote and now have crippling debt because they chose to go to a really expensive university for their gender studies degree. So yes, this is a vote grab, and it's not a done deal. But the other thing, and this is something that, regardless of what side you're on this, there are people out there who are living their lives the right way, who are trying to pay their student debts off the right way, and who are paying their mortgages and paying their car loans and paying everything else the right way. And myself and my home are included in this. Like, my wife still has student loan debt, and this is actually going to apply to her if this goes through. So I'm over here doing a happy fucking dance. And guess what? If you're mad about somebody getting taxed because some asshole who couldn't handle the crippling student debt shouldn't have gone to college to begin with, like, there are people who are actually utilizing their degrees, who went into the field of work that actually utilize their degrees, such as my wife, that are actually, in my opinion, this is more of a slap in the face. Only $10,000 because we have been doing it right. There are people out there who have been doing it right, that have been burdened with debt that didn't need to be as high as it was to begin with, who've been taxed on it that didn't need to be. And frankly, 10,000 is a bit of a slap in the face. It should be a lot fucking more for the people who were doing it the right way. But you know what? We'll start with 10. That's fine. For the people who are actually utilizing those degrees, went into the field that their degree says, and are still working to pay off those debts to begin with, yes, the people that are doing it right, yeah, I don't have a problem with this. Now, there are people that are going to fall into a much, much different category. Take whatever angle you want with this, but there are going to be people who needed to benefit from this who will benefit from it if it does go through.
And it will help a lot of people, but I'm just trying to make folks aware this is going to have financial repercussions down the road for everybody that tries to utilize.
Well, that's the same concept we said in 2020, and that's what I was telling Chicken earlier. We said this. We all said this in 2020. Remember when we got all those COVID stimmies? They're going to get this money back, and guess what? In less than 2 years, they're getting this fucking money back. You like those gas prices, folks? They're getting those stimmies back.
Well, again, that's kind of what the 87,000 IRS agents are for. They got to get that fucking stimmy money back one way or another. Now, this
we warned you all. We warned
this
you
is
all
a Hail Mary
ago.
For the midterms. We'll see if anything actually comes of it. Now, the Democrats, they're so fucking stingy when it comes to actually giving cash away to people these days that it'll probably be like, well, in the end, we were able to get like $1,300 of student debt forgiven, but actually not really, and you're gonna have to pay it back in 2 years. So like I'm guessing that's what it's gonna look like in the end. But like to me, like I said, folks, it's one of those things. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
With student debt loans, after a certain amount of time, in a lot of cases, I believe is it after 20 years, a lot of it just vanishes anyway. And that was the other thing that Biden was trying to get through, was jumping that up to just 10 years, talking about a majority of it just vanishing. So if it's already a thing after 20 years and we're trying to speed that up to 10 years, which is the next step he's trying to go with this plan, obviously this money needs to be paid somehow. But the other thing that we talked about was the prices and the taxation of it and the fucking interest rates of it. None of it makes sense right out of the gate. You shouldn't be able to cripple somebody right out of high school. You shouldn't expect them to ever be able to pay it back, especially if they don't go into a specific high-paying field. So it's all broken from the beginning. But if that money can just kind of disappear because, oh, well, it's been 20 years and you were close enough anyway, we'll forgive that. It's not like the people who are benefiting the most from Harvard being ridiculously overpriced aren't going to be able to buy filet mignon that fucking week if a few of those loans just vanish. So it's a broken system, and the prices out the gate are already ridiculous. So to tax everybody to pay them off, maybe it's not exactly necessary in the case of some of these institutions. Some of them, absolutely. If we're talking community colleges, yeah, that's a different story. If we're talking the Ivy League,
it's like the meme you sent this morning. A local plumber is thrilled they get to pay off their neighbor's gender studies degree because, yes, this is going to be a tax on everybody who didn't go to college is now going to be paying off. So this is actually an interesting wealth transfer to a fairly wealthy class of folks, actually. So like that, if you want to think about it that way, like this is actually going to be a wealth transfer to folks who have a large chunk of student debt. And that's generally folks that are maybe just a little bit above middle class. I mean, like your upper middle class and folks. So this is an interesting vote grab, but also like T, I know you don't exactly like the argument, but it's one of the financial institutions are going to keep this in mind in the future. So for many of you out there, this $10,000 forgiveness might cost you your next home mortgage. Just keep that in mind.
In some instances, yeah, sure. But at the same time, you can't.
Well, you've shown how much
they're not going to try to.
You've shown how much of a credit risk you are.
You can't punish people for going, wait, there's a loophole where I don't
not
have
paying
to pay
your debts?
money.
Yeah, you can.
It's not.
Sure you can.
No, it's not people not paying
if
their
you're
debt.
a bank,
people
you
saying,
don't have to give a loan.
Hey, they said I don't have to pay, so I'm not going to pay. How many people are going to jump up and say, no, I still want to pay? None of them. Fucking none of them.
Bill just touched on something a minute ago that I completely like. It's something that I've always wanted to talk about on this that I completely glossed over. The fact that this debt forgiveness, like progressives are all like, yes, we need to be taking care of the minority and the poorest of the poor and blah, blah, blah. This is going to benefit the wealthy white kids more than anybody if absolutely. It does go through. Am I wrong?
No, you're 100% right.
Nope.
So is this not, according to their definitions that change fluidly, just like their genders, does this not be construed as what would you call it? Would this be institutional like racism or
indirectly, I guess.
Yes, it absolutely is according to their own definitions.
Yeah, absolutely. According to their rules, yes, it 100% is. I don't know that that's the intent, but
the Democrats are feeding institutional racism. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
What we got.
That is the result. You're right. It is.
Jesus Christ.
You got hit, Phil.
Hey, Justin. Not a fan. To fighting, stealing, and drinking. If you're going to fight, may it be for a friend. If you're going to steal, may it be a lover's heart. And if you're going to drink, God damn it, better be with me.
Look at that face. That's a face.
How was it?
It was great.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
He's got to catch up.
You all fucking
Hour
suck.
2.
Boy, I showed up just in the nick of time, didn't I?
Get in there tight, Phil.
Yeah, Phil's
Hey,
not
Tony.
a subscriber yet, so he doesn't get any payback.
Oh, yes, folks. So if you want to get in on this amazing shit, folks, you just got to subscribe. You just got to be a part of this amazing community, folks. That's what you got to do. And especially, it gives you the chance to wipe off this smart ass grin off my face, which is really, that's worth more fucking gold than can be found in all the minds of God's creation. So, folks, to drinking. Shit.
Hawkeye gin, baby. There it goes. Woo! My fucking hotel neighbors are going to be so pissed at me. I'm pretty loud tonight.
How was it? How was that Hawkeye gin?
That upset my stomach. Oh, God.
Was it good?
It's like drinking battery acid.
Mmm.
Ow. That
do
second
see,
one gave me fresh new heartburn.
Yeah, I do. I sure do.
I just wanted to
chicken.
remind that you also have another shot to give now that it's hour 2.
Well,
1 second.
I'm gonna hold mine until until somebody pisses me off, and then I'll dish it out because I'm a man of vengeance.
Phil said you had a tiny penis. I heard it. I heard it. I was there. He said it. He meant it. Said it was skinny too.
What should we jump into next?
You guys suck.
Let's talk about some science. I
You
think
guys
this
suck ass.
Let's get into that science story. I think.
Okay. I'll
Phil,
get it
Phil,
pulled
I
up.
have to message you on the side if you'd be so kind to check.
So
it.
we do have a newly discovered dinosaur.
Ooh.
So okay. Let
Dinosaurs.
me get the story pulled up. So cute. Oh, look at him. He's so adorable. This is going to be computer rendering of what the Jacapil canuicula might have looked like. While early in their research, the team has made several findings. The species is said to be bipedal and tiny, about 5 feet in length and the weight of a house cat. The dinosaur is also said to be
an
herbivore with leaf-shaped teeth similar to those of a Stegosaurus relative. The remains were discovered in Rio de Janeiro, in Rio Negro province in northern Patagonia by a team of international paleontologists at the Felix de Azara Natural History Foundation in Argentina. Lead paleontologist wrote the report of the remains represent first definitive
Thyrophorin.
Foreign species.
I always like trying to pronounce these words. Thyrophorin.
It sounds like it. Yeah. Anyway, Argentinian Patagonia and show that early thyrophorans had a much broader geographic distribution than previously thought. A computer simulation below of what the Jacapil canuicula might have looked like was created
we get to
by
see it.
Gabriel Killian.
Whoa. Chicken.
What?
I have it on good authority here. It's in fact who just came in just a moment ago to the mill. So let me know that there's a problem with this particular dinosaur. I know we just discovered him, but unfortunately, well, we found some troubling tweets in this dinosaur's path.
What?
Yeah,
the dinosaur was tweeting.
Yeah, I think it's 94 billion BC. Black.
So Jake his canicura. Okay, so I was pronouncing it wrong.
Must have been his rapper name.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, I think that's the rapper name.
So here's what he says in a tweet. If you like him nice, ratchet, black with the cheeks, without morals, the city of St. Louis is for you.
It's a little insensitive.
He wrote that
feel like
94
somebody else got canceled for something like that.
94 billion BC is when that was.
2 retweets, 1 like. So,
and those aren't even good numbers. Like they really had to dig to find these tweets. Get it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. Jesus. God, I heard that with the earbuds off, and that still hurt.
Wait, there's another one. A bossy black lady at my temp job right now looks exactly like Steve Urkel. Ugly. Oh, man, that's the one that did it. Oh, man. Jay Kiz, what were you thinking, 94 billion BC? You can't say that shit. And he
canceled.
Canceled. And he looks so cute. Oh, shit. I probably shouldn't misgender him. That would probably get me canceled. No, it's unfortunate.
They look so cute.
He did. God. Just when you think just when you think somebody's like a shining new ray of hope, and some people just have all the potential in the world, they go and do something insensitive like this. It's unfortunate. What a bummer.
That's very unfortunate. I can't
this
believe
was going to be a big.
I can't believe a dinosaur from 94 billion years ago would say such horrible, horrible things.
Exactly. I can't either. Like this is just it's disgusting.
It's gross. It's completely gross.
Hashtag canceled on Jackapiz.
Jackapiz canceled. Fuck the new dinosaur.
Fuck you, new dinosaur, and your racial bias and your mean tweets and your culturally insensitive attitude.
By the way, sorry for misgendering you.
Yeah, my bad. That was totally uncool of me, and that was totally out of line. And St. Louis ain't that badass. I've been there. It's okay.
I'm completely out of order on timelines, but speaking of being canceled,
yes,
I do have a real cancellation of a dinosaur, technically, because all dinosaurs kind of turned into birds, right?
Yeah, I mean, roosters are basically the closest thing we have to dinosaurs living.
HBO Max removes nearly 200 Sesame Street episodes because you name
reasons.
You name it.
They actually don't have any reasons. HBO Max is axing about 200 episodes of Sesame Street from its streaming platform, but the reason for the purge is unclear. Warner Bros. Discovery recently acquired HBO Max. On Friday, the streaming service listed 456 Sesame Street episodes available, compared to about 650 that were available previously. HBO Max has not had access to all the show's episodes at the same time. HBO Max only showcases episodes from seasons 1, 5, and 7, as well as the recent seasons 39 through 52. Holy shit, Dinosaur, you weren't kidding. An HBO Max spokesperson shared a statement with Fox News Digital on Saturday regarding the cutback on Sesame Street. Sesame Street is and always has been an important part of television culture and a crown jewel of our preschool offering, the statement began.
Aw.
There's Tickle Me Elmo. God, he was a monster back in the day. That fucking Christmas. We are committed to continuing to bring Sesame Street into families' homes, including the newest season premiering this fall and nearly 400 episodes of the most current and historic seasons that remain on Cartoonito on HBO Max. The upcoming 53rd season will be available on the streaming service, the outlet reported. HBO and Sesame Street joined forces in 2015. They're really not going to give any fucking reasons behind this, are they?
Nope.
There's nothing here. They're just saying like they cut all these episodes and they're not saying why. So let's speculate on this. Because what this said, seasons 1 through 5, and I think it was missing season 6, and then it had 7. So frankly, now let's remember back. Like what this thing debuted. Jesus, they're in season 53. Holy crap. They must churn out what, 2-3 seasons a year, right? Whatever year this Sesame Street started. Like my fucking dad grew up with Sesame Street, I'm sure. So this thing has been on forever. What people have got to remember is the times change. you can't change history, no matter how much you want. History still exists, and even if you were, a little insensitive and a little culturally, wrong 30, 40 years ago, do we need to just wipe it from existence? Now, this goes back to that same argument talking about removing statues or deleting episodes or movies or re-editing movies because things might be a little inappropriate now. Why can't we look at something and understand that this was then and this is now? And if we look at it now, and even though it was made then, like, we can still appreciate it for what it was. Now, I'll be honest.
So,
there
Tony,
are some
I
things
need to
that are
stop
fucked
you
up
right now.
Okay.
Are you not seeing the picture on the screen? Elmo is choking a African American black, what appears to be a woman.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't
Could
assume.
be any gender. With his legs and holding a tennis racket in a very threatening manner. Okay,
That's true.
Do you not understand what this does? This right here is offensive. It's dangerous.
Obviously, this is a hate crime. I get it.
This is threatening the lives of people across the world right now. Canceled.
Elmo's fucking canceled. I didn't know we were going to get to that point that we canceled Tickle Me Fucking Elmo, but here we are.
I think he should have been, canceled for, the Tickle Me Elmo thing.
Well,
that was kind of gross.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that at all. But no, like, were they smoking on Sesame Street? Was somebody fucking smoking? Was somebody dropping slur words? Was the counting with the wrong pronouns?
I told you and Phil what I think this was. I think it was somebody that was looking for outrage. Was just randomly watching an episode with their child, and heard an episode where, one of the parents on the show, or maybe even Big Bird, did the little boys like, I'd like to play with Barbies. And they went, well, Barbies are for little girls, Johnny. So Johnny, like, here's some monster trucks. You should play with that. And it was probably an episode from the early 90s. And this person just went, and lost their fucking mind, and then watched every single episode to find anything they possibly could that was, in their opinion, wrong. I've never seen a Sesame Street episode. I've never seen a cartoon for children. I've never seen anything on national TV, on streaming services, that like really offended me in such a way that I felt the need to remove an episode. But these people do. These people do.
No, you're not wrong. Like, exactly. It's somebody, because now we have to police everything. Like, people who want to be mad have to police everything around them, and that's what we do now. So
I blame suburban white moms for this.
Oh, well, that they're real. I mean, really, they're kind of the downfall of everything.
Yeah, because like, that's the reason, like, you can't be out after dark anymore, or ride your bike down the street anymore as a child. Like, kids don't get to have fun anymore. Like, they're all bubble wrapped little cunts running around with no education and afraid of dirt.
Yeah,
like,
I will say,
kids
though,
are
at the same time,
today, man.
They are. I agree. You're right. Yeah, no, they can't. And that's the thing. Like, in the local,
same goddamn Karens that get mad when you drive your kids around on a goddamn UTV.
I was just gonna say, like, on the local Facebook page, yesterday it was a kid who was out walking the dog, and the dog was big, and the kid was small, and the dog was basically pulling the fucking kid.
Son of a bitch, canceled.
Well, and then the dog went and tried to sniff some other dog's ass, and it was a whole thing. And I'm like, all right, fine, I get it. And the dog wasn't on a leash.
No. Fuck you.
It was a whole thing. No,
why do I have to expect this fucking kid that's smaller than his dog to hold his dog back against your cunt dog?
Well, he didn't have a leash. There was no leash.
Okay, well, dogs fuck each other. Like, this is
they do.
This is nature.
Turns out,
okay, this is nature.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing. You can't give your kid a chore like go walk the dog, because it's gonna.
Why Why in the fuck isn't your dog behind a goddamn fence or in a kennel if you're so worried about it getting fucked, you cunt?
So, that's the thing. Like, everybody's going to get mad about everything. But here's the thing. Like, with this specifically, this children's show that's been on for fucking decades upon decades, I understand that there are some things that do kind of break and blur the lines of, okay, maybe it was a little insensitive now by today's standards, but that doesn't mean we need to erase it from history now just because it was insensitive then. But today I was catching up on some episodes of like Joe Rogan, and I was listening to the Whitney Cummings episode. It's like the middle of the episode, and she brought up Shirley Temple. And they started pulling up clips of Shirley Temple as like a 5-6-year-old, actress. And they actually showed some of the clips from some of these like movies, and wow, that shit's fucking uncomfortable to watch. We're talking
I just got back.
Sexualizing children. Like,
they're canceling Elmo? Oh no, who'd he tickle?
No, Phil, don't you see? Elmo is choking a black possible female. I don't know her gender, and choking her with his legs and holding a baseball or not a baseball. Yeah, it's a baseball.
It might
bat.
identify.
So it's like, is that a baseball bat? No, it's a tennis racket.
That's a Jim Cornette prop.
He's gonna beat her to death with it. So cancel.
Jesus. Now, also, folks, I got to apologize. When I stream out at the family farm, there's always at least a 1% chance that one of my kinfolk's going to walk through the door needing a quick favor. So that you always have to keep that in mind. But so we're canceling Sesame Street now. Like, I thought Sesame Street was like the most mainstream milk toast product available. What did they do to make anyone mad? Let alone
we
don't know. We do have a class of people in this country and in the West that are professionally aggrieved and determined to be offended. Like, literally people that professionally for a living are upset with things on Twitter. So that's doesn't surprise me that you have to ever increase your threshold of what's cancelable to the point where we're all the way down to fucking Sesame Street, folks.
Yes. Actually that wraps it up pretty good. Like, we covered this for about 20 minutes while Phil was gone. So
yes.
I
I'm
feel
the
like
closer.
We might be beating a dead horse at this moment.
Well, I'm sure you're not going to find a lot of people like, oh yeah, fuck Sesame Street, fucking cancel their asses. Like, there's not going to be a lot of folks that are going to do that. I mean, Snuffleupagus,
fucking count scarred me for life. It's terrible. Oscar the Grouch and his bullshit. Like, that motherfucker living in luxury by today's standards. He should be thankful he's living in such a nice
I was about to say,
condo.
Oscar the Grouch's home in today's housing market would go for about $468,000.
Well, I mean, given the street, though, it's kind of a rough neighborhood. So I was thinking,
but it's right there in Manhattan. So
you are right there in the pulse of fucking society. I'll give you that.
I mean,
who's his rep? Is it AOC or Jerry Nadler?
Oh man, that's no wonder
Mailman
he's been living in the trash can.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, no wonder he's been living in the trash can.
Yeah.
I mean, if either of those are his choices for representatives, then I mean, would probably, like I said, they would look at that trash can as the lap of luxury because at least you get to live in Manhattan.
Yeah. I do have any other thoughts on Sesame Street before I get into I'm gonna drop some pipe bombs on you guys tonight. Not in the way you would think, but
the CM Punk kind, folks, not
the
IRA kind. But like, to me, just my last general thought on this is we're really starting to run out of things to get outraged about, aren't we? We're down to Sesame Street episodes pissing people off.
I don't know. Next week, I was thinking I was going to go off on a Twitter rant about the Hamsterdams from like 1998. And how they fucking stole Robin Hood, the opening music to Robin Hood, and just sped it up. And that offends me.
You should be offended.
Yeah.
We should.
That's sacrilegious.
Yeah. Let's start a tweet campaign about it. But now, Chicken, all right, drop it on us, good sir.
So I'm going to take you guys back to January 6th, 2020.
Oh, okay. So Groundhog's Day for Democrats.
Yes.
Yeah.
The single worst and darkest day in American history. Yes, go.
This isn't in the way that they would prefer to look at it, obviously.
The truth, Chicken? Wait, hang on.
Whoa.
You mean look at it with the truth? With unbiased eyes?
With unbiased eyes? Yeah. Here we go. Find the story. My computer's acting a little fucky, so tell me if I look weird on my stream at all, or if you can't hear me, let me know. Because I'm not going to read the story necessarily on here. I'm going to go through some bullet points, and of course,
they got an ad there.
Advertisements. Of course,
no good bastards. At one time, I was playing a Twitch stream on my stream one time, and they kept dropping ads all the time. And my audience had almost basically like hostile take over the shows. Like, no, wait, Phil, I need to know more about those commercial products. I'm very interested in those products, and now I want to buy them. Son of a bitch.
All right. So anyway, if we go back to January 6th of 2020, one thing, the most dangerous thing that happened that day were two pipe bombs were planted, one at the Republican National Committee building and one at the DNC.
The bipartisan bomber.
So this potential pipe bomber had dropped these two pipe bombs, and nothing really ever came of it. Now, for all the people on January 6th that have been arrested, detained, thrown in solitary confinement, all the shit that's happened to the folks that wandered into the building, that were let into the building. Now, some of them did some bad shit and probably deserve to, have a little justice thrown their way. But most of them, probably didn't really do a whole lot. Nobody really talked about these pipe bombs, and we never heard more about these pipe bombs. Very few stories have ever come out about these pipe bombs. Now, Revolver News dropped.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, let me get into it.
You okay, Phil?
So Phil's really good at just like ruining the story without ever even getting into the story. Anyway, so the official story from the U.S. government is that these pipe bombs were a diversion for the January 6th officers to like be pulled away from the Capitol building while they stormed in. Well, obviously none of this plays out. So I'm going to give you a list of facts, and you guys stop me whenever you kind of have like a are you fucking serious moment. Anytime you have them, because you probably have a couple through this whole thing.
I had one right away.
And snap!
That was Chicken. What you don't understand was they'd already breached the Capitol
with Biden's 20 trillion jobs.
Yes.
Yes, they had already breached, even though you could actually line up the moments of the events when Trump was talking. But keep in mind, funny enough, the January 6th committee has now completely cleared and exonerated Donald Trump because they had every motivation to bring charges against this man. And you have to look into it when you go from Mueller to the IRS to the January 6th committee to 2 impeachments to the FBI raiding his home to having special prosecution, special counsel brought against him. Every possible area of the law, the DOJ has been investigating this man for over 6 years, and like Andy Dufresne still comes out clean on the other side, which to me really actually speaks to the honorable character of this man.
Phil, how can you say he's clean? His wife's corpse is in his golf course.
Oh man, wait. Did Cypher?
And he has nuclear codes in his linen.
Did he
closet.
take over your? Is that Cypher in a backwards cowboy hat or Tom in a cowboy hat?
What happened there?
But oh, my goodness, Tony, my goodness. But yeah, so to to me, the January 6th commission completely cleared Trump and all wrongdoing. The FBI still hasn't brought charges despite having every motivation to do so. Robert Mueller found nothing despite having every motivation to do so. The IRS has been investigating him for years and has yet to charge him with anything despite having every motivation to do so. 2 impeachments were unable to actually come through and actually impeach him. Well, yeah, 4 unofficial, 2 very official. Yes. And he's so far the impeachment champion of America. I have defeated more impeachments than any other president. Now, folks, I think in 2024, let's really fucking put a great punchline on this joke, and let's allow Donald Trump to be the 3-time impeachment champion. So vote for him in 2024. So eventually the Dems will try to impeach him again and watch him beat that one too. Yep.
Chicken's back.
Okay. Yeah. I reset my internet, so hopefully everything's fine now. Okay.
Struggle is real, folks.
I'm not going to pull up the story because I'm not actually going to read through it. I'm just going to go through the official story of the pipe bombs on January 6th.
CM Punk came out and cut a great promo. Oh, wait, sorry. That's not what happened.
So the official story is these pipe bombs were a diversion to pull people away from the Capitol to allow more rioters and January 6th insurrectionists to enter the Capitol building. That's the official story, according to the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security. Now, when you look at the evidence when it comes to these pipe bombs, which nobody's talking about, nobody's been talking about them. It's been completely ignored.
No, they really just kind of swept this one under the rug.
Yeah. So more stuff has come out from Revolver.news. These are the same folks that exposed the Brian Sicknick story. Remember Brian Sicknick, the cop on January 6th that was beat over the head with a fire extinguisher that never happened? Sure. Yeah, they were the ones that exposed that was all a fake story, and then he died of natural causes a couple days later, and that was a big nothing burger. So here's some list of facts of this pipe bomb story. Okay, so the night before January 6th. So this is January 5th at 7:52 p.m. at the Republican National Convention building, whatever it's called. A pipe bomb was placed. A man was seen on surveillance video placing this pipe bomb and hidden fairly decently, apparently, in this circumstance. Why am I getting pop-ups all of a sudden? And it used like a kitchen timer. So it was a galvanized pipe, like a plumbing galvanized like metal pipe with caps on each end, filled, according to the ATF, explosive material. And it had one of those little kitchen timers, those 60-minute kitchen timers that you spin, and it goes tick, 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 tick. And then 60 minutes later, it goes ding. And in theory, you look at that and you go, oh, well, in 60 minutes, this thing's going to blow up. So keep that in mind. 8 p.m. the night before January 6th, a 60-minute timer, potentially bomb, is thrown into place. There's no remote detonators on either of these pipe bombs. They're built the same, according to everything that's been given to CBS News. CBS News has the exclusive, classified info that they're not allowed to share. So now you have video evidence of both the RNC and DNC, these bombs being placed, okay? The night before with the 60-minute timer. This is a diversion, right? During the insurrection. How the fuck am I going to place a bomb 14 to 16 hours before this apparent insurrection is going to take place without a remote detonator with a 60-minute timer? So I would have to come back, right, and set that timer to make this bomb go off. Okay? Let's say that's going to happen. Let's say that's my plot. I'm going to place the bomb. I'll come back and resettle it. Whatever. Okay. Conveniently, in front of the Republican National Committee building, the first bomb is discovered at 12:40 p.m. Exactly 20 minutes before the scheduled vote of Congress on the election. Okay, exactly 20 minutes. Guess what? Also on that timer, it was stuck on 20 minutes. It couldn't move. Like, it was not reducing past the 20-minute timer. So it just got stuck there. So somebody had already set the timer, and it just happened to get stuck, and then just happened to get stuck at and discovered at 20 minutes away from this vote. Coincidence? Sure. Let's chalk it up to a coincidence.
There's no such thing as coincidence in Washington, D.C.
Let's move on. It was found by a woman named Carlin Younger, who works for a company called FirstNet. FirstNet, literally a week prior, had just taken this is just another coincidence, $92 million contract with the FBI. And she just happens to live in the same across the alley from the building where this bomb was found within 20 minutes of the vote, and the timer was stuck at 20 minutes. Okay, a couple of coincidences. This is getting a little crazy.
A couple's fine.
And this is a diversion, by the way, even though
Right,
the Capitol was breached 13 minutes after she found this bomb. So
Right.
it's just great timing. It's a fucking coincidence. Great timing. And then
some of y'all aren't cultivating your assets very well.
Yeah. And then and this was at the RNC one. So let's go to the DNC bomb. This was plain view under a bench. Very plain view. This was not hidden well at all. Okay. Kamala Harris came to the DNC building, and they had bomb sniffing and drug sniffing dogs, as they would for any incoming VP or president that's going to enter a building like that. They scour the area and look for anything potentially that could be wrong. The dogs apparently had COVID that day because they did not smell anything.
It happens. It was a time of COVID.
It could have been.
Wow.
So then you go to DS documents where they started, because January 6th was something that was about weeks prior. There's a DHS document on December 30th.
Uh-oh. Are we losing Chicken Tea?
I think we did.
Hell. Now, like, to me, with this whole thing, all I can think of is all the federales say they would have found it anyway. So I guess that's all we have to say. And chickens frozen anyway. I'm fucking good. I'm that fucking
That was beautiful.
good.
Thank you.
Yes. So
Chicken's motel internet's failing him right now.
I can't really begrudge too hard. I've had the internet crap out on me a few times out here, and what was funny is I still had like 4 people watching the stream even after I was off the screen. I'm like, God damn, that is a beautiful pose. I mean, we should probably just use that as like a general thumbnail for Chicken going forward. Just, yep. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Yes, folks. You got a Phil KOE, Tony G duet right there. Yes.
You didn't even have to pay for it.
I was about to say, that's the best deal in the history of ever. So, Tony, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think there might be some Fed involvement in all this?
Well, to say that there was none from the get-go is probably a little fucking ridiculous. It does sync up very, very conveniently, and a little. Bruce speaking the laptop. I'm speaking the truth, and he's being exactly the fucking Wi-Fi is against him. No, that's just it. So no, it is. It's ridiculous. Now here's the thing.
Alex Jones is standing in front of the last two.
No. We're not safe to talk about him or claim anything about him right now. No. No. Oh, he's back.
All right.
Thank you, Tyler. Is he back?
Yes. Yes, he's back.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently talking about the frogs being gay.
Turn the freaking frogs gay. Turn the freaking frogs gay. You guys seen the
So what was the
Yeah,
last thing I said before
you were going into detail about something and then it just crapped out.
You were basically well, hey there, Tiberius. Chicken and Sonny. What was I saying? Basically, you were admitting your unrequited love for Tony G, and then it just cut off right there.
So the DHS had, I think this is where I left off. The DHS actually had a prediction that was handed to the FBI, CIA, and other organizations on December 30th. That there may be pipe bombs or other distractions possibly laid out in the side streets around the Capitol prior to January 6th as a possible diversion to spread police and people around.
So just like they were going to put fake. This was outlined.
No, DHS was saying somebody else will do it. And then it happened. And then they got stuck at 20 minutes and were discovered 20 minutes before the vote, even though they were placed the night before. On top of this, the FBI has surveillance video, and they have like a most wanted list of the guy who laid these bombs. But they have not released all of the surveillance video. They have purposefully not given a specific shot. Like they give it a shot for like a certain time frame. But then, because what happens is the guy who drops off the DNC bomb comes and sits down, but he doesn't drop the bomb. He comes and sits, looks at his phone, looks around to make sure nobody's there. And then he gets up and leaves. And then he comes back. So they show two videos of two different angles of this person arriving and leaving. And then they decide to not show you the other angle when he comes back and actually drops the bomb off.
Right.
So suspicions there, coincidence.
So you mean one of the most scanned and analyzed days in American history?
The best video footage of a pipe bomb being dropped.
Just happened to not be. The camera just happened to not be on during the most relevant moment, just like an Epstein cell.
Killed himself. Yeah, it just happened to fail.
Epstein, the video, the camera just.
It's just kind of funny whenever things that might actually give you some definitive answers to the major events in our lives. That footage just happens to always never be working, folks. It's almost like that's not a coincidence.
Coincidences do exist, folks. Just not when it comes to things that are politically driven.
Not this many.
Yeah, that is a lot of coincidence there. That's an unfortunate amount of coincidence.
I don't want to get relabeled once again, or maybe I do, I don't care, as a conspiracy theory show.
I found it very coincidental that
it's very coincidental.
Has been fucking great all night, and then
we're just coincidence
as soon as you talk about it,
as soon as I'm talking about this shit,
that's when your internet craps out.
God damn! Like, but that's the thing. Like, we can look at all the people that are arrested.
Ray Epps was asked about this. Ray Epps in his interview. He was asked about like what were you concerned about with January 6th, and he said I was concerned about somebody setting off bombs around the Capitol.
Paycheck. I mean,
what? No, he was concerned about bombs blowing up around the Capitol. That somebody might try to set off an explosive, but never once did they ask Ray Epps any follow-up
questions. Well, yeah, because that was on the itinerary he was given earlier that day. Oh, I mean, allegedly. That was a joke. Winky face.
Why would you not follow up on that? When there's two pipe bombs.
From a bipartisan bomber.
I was just, and that, at the RNC and the DNC.
I'm not going to say I'm going to Alex Jones this thing, but I'm fucking pretty goddamn convinced the FBI planted two goddamn bombs ahead of time, knowing something was going to happen. Then they had infiltrated people in January 6th that fucking entered the goddamn building. Like, this was all orchestrated.
Allegedly.
Neither of them went off. and
How about
B,
this?
nobody took the fall for them.
Another coincidence. The head of the FBI in Michigan during the Whitmer kidnapping. Yeah, he's in charge of the January 6th time frame as well in Washington. He got promoted to Washington after the Whitmer thing. So the same guy who was in charge of the bullshit that happened with Whitmer, where he entrapped U.S. citizens and used undercover agents to fuck these guys over, was also then promoted before January 6th to Washington, D.C. to be the head guy over all that. Another coincidence. I don't know. Is it him?
There's only so many people in the world. It's not like there's billions of people, Chicken. We're bound to have repeats.
You know, a bomb 20 minutes before, stuck at 20 minutes, then another bomb, and a lady that works for a company that's, you know, taking a $93 million contract from the FBI. Like, it's just like, I don't know.
I was just trying to show, like, man, he must have known he didn't really do very good on that debate the other night, because Hunter Avallone's now coming onto my YouTube videos asking, would you like to talk one-on-one? And it's like, oh, boy, you really did not do very well on that Jesus panel, to the point where you're seeking meat my ass out. So I just thought that was kind of...
Hunter Avalon thinks that these conspiracies are
Hunter
accurate.
Avalon has no general thoughts at all.
I was about to say, Tony, everything we just said is like, just like his entire audience would just like, what a world, what a world.
No, they wouldn't do that. They'd just be like, oh my God, can you believe they believe in these conspiracy theories and think these all line up, and like, oh my God, like, no.
Don't get me wrong, I'm
like,
looking forward to
no
chatting with the guy.
way.
He seems like a fairly nice guy, but it just, his ideas were just not well defended that evening. But I just thought that was kind of funny. It's like, God damn, this guy, like, I just find out he reached out to us through RevRest Pod. So guys, I guess we're all going to go on to the Hunter Avalon show.
The fact that he did that shows me he's emotionally irrational, and he's desperate to find Phil.
Well, I mean, ask and ye shall receive. I mean, Chicken, trust me, this is not the first person that has been desperate for Phil KOE. Like, I'm used to this, like, daily. Like, have you ever seen that Saturday Night Live sketch about mango? Like, no, you cannot have the mango. That's basically my daily life, is just everybody just overly attracted to me, just can't take it. They have to just flood in. So I'm used to it. Well, I was about to say, mine is a bit more X-rated because, you know, I don't turn everybody down like Mango does. So,
right,
you know,
yeah, that's it.
Chicken,
love you, buddy.
There it is.
I was just starting to like you.
This is what you get for being late tonight.
This is what you get for directing the topic onto Hunter Avalon.
Yeah, because nobody here knows who that is or cares.
Very true. Very true. But I just thought that was funny that, like, I'm sitting here, like, I fire up my computer, like,
for those that don't know,
this guy really needs to debate me.
For those that don't know, Hunter Avalon is who tomfoolery modeled himself after.
Ooh, that's
yes,
more
I
than a
said
little
it.
true.
I fucking said it, bitches.
But unfortunately, that's kind of true because, like, Hunter Avalon puts up this "Why I Left the Right" video, and then a few months later, Tom's got a "Why I Left the Right" video. And Hunter used to have the Tom stash. Now Tom's got the. Now I don't know. Maybe Tom's been rocking that stash since he was like 16 or some shit. But like, it's just one of those like. There's a few.
It's another one of those synchronicities things. Yeah, there's too many coincidences involved.
Now,
all right, Phil, take your shot.
To Chicken losing his RWP championship.
Here.
Good luck with that.
Don't need luck.
Just need coincidences.
Yeah, you do. How was that, Phil?
Tastes like pain.
All right, we got 12 minutes left before shots get reset. So we either
and I have got an absolute slew of would you rather questions.
Let's go. Would you rather?
Let's hit it.
Let's round this other thing out first. Hang on. Phil kind of jumped the shark on us quick. So here's the thing. There are obviously a ton of fucking coincidences when it comes to this. and it would be absolutely foolish to ignore them. Like, ignore them at your own peril, like Phil would say. But the fact that these things were placed at the DNC and the RNC, neither went off, and nobody took the fall for them.
Perfect timing.
And we're talking about lost footage again. Yeah, come on. Sometimes things line up too perfectly. You can't ignore that. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of 20 minutes, another coincidence.
Oh, and where'd Phil go?
He's like, I gotta run.
Do, do, do. Bwah, bwah, bwah. There he is. All right. So yeah. Round your thoughts out. Give me your final thoughts on this.
Yeah, the FBI is totally behind a lot of this, as we all have suspected. Now we just get more and more
Allegedly.
evidence.
In a video game.
And my internet just all of a sudden goes to shit again.
Yeah.
Now
Your lights cut off.
I think
It looks like
more,
chicken, but it's like Men in Black,
Yeah.
the bug inside the person's suit. Yes, let me tell you why the FBI is sterling record. They got the chicken.
we talked about it post January 6th, a couple years ago. Like, this is going to be another thing through, just like we did with COVID. During COVID, we're like, this seems like this. And then guess what? 6 months later, we're all proven right. And then January 6th happens. 6 months later, we're all proven right. And now we have the IRS shit about to happen. And guess what? 6 months from now, we're probably going to be like, fucking told you so. Like, it's not that hard to go through life and see shit for what it is and call it out. But you have the NPCs out there. You have the people that refuse to see the inflation and call it fucking transitory. You have people that refuse to see the pure horseshit that's right in front of your fucking face and want to ignore it because of
loyalty.
I don't even think that it's
it's loyalty to a cause that they don't understand why they believe it.
It's not loyalty to anything. It's just ignorance. It's fucking just being stupid and not trusting your gut and your instincts. Folks, trust your guts and your instincts once in a while. They'll steer you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Human fucking evolution has taken us a goddamn long way. We've been on this planet for a long goddamn time because of our instincts. And you know what? If something fucking smells like shit, it looks like shit, and it tastes like shit, you probably shouldn't eat it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that the Biden supporters out there, he could shit in a bowl and they'd thank him for the ice cream. So there's some folks that will willfully deceive themselves.
They need to worry about that.
So, speaking of shitting into a bowl and thanking for the ice cream, Tony, you've got some would you rathers?
Yeah, this is fun. We haven't done this for a while. I reached out on my social media platforms. I finally got some responses. So some of these are going to be really thought-provoking. And the others are going to be...
by that means it probably not very thought-provoking.
No, there's a few that are thought-provoking, and then there's some that are just really fucking wrong in every aspect of the word. So let's I'm going to try to start... God damn it! Like, there's no good starting point.
My internet's starting to go to shit. You better hurry this up.
All right, let's just start at the top. This one was sent in from Justin Chris, I believe. Would you rather marry a sex doll or be gay with a dog that has monkeypox?
Sex doll.
Pretty easy.
I mean, one's not going to give you monkeypox.
I totally love dogs, but sex doll.
Right. Okay, you don't even have to ask me. You know I'm marrying that sex doll because, one, yes, you're not going to get monkeypox, and two, she's not going to backtalk.
You get tax credits. Like, there's so much that goes along with the
right, and you get to play fucking Xbox
Wait, the
or
sex
PlayStation.
doll is a write-off?
Well, you're marrying it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, and the dog, and guess what? If you get attached to that dog, it's probably going to keel over in 8 years.
Yeah.
So you got that to look. The doll doesn't die.
Monkeypox scars for the rest of your life. So
yeah, no, this is a no-brainer. This is an easy one. Starting out with an easy one. This is not so easy. Good luck. Would you rather fuck Hillary Clinton or Lori Lightfoot?
Ooh, God.
Oh, fuck! Really?
Call me racist. Oh God, no! God.
Like, okay, I'm going to put it just in these terms. When you're in the old folks' home and you get to tell brag stories, more people are going to know who Hillary Clinton was than Lori Lightfoot. Right. So I'm going to have to go with Hillary on this one.
I'll go with Hillary too. I think you're right.
Just for the brag stories in the old folks, when you're wheeling yourself in the, hey, guess what I did? Oh, what? You fucked some. Did you fuck Hillary Clinton? I fucking did that, you son of a bitch.
Think about it this way. If Hillary really falls in love with you and your cock, you could potentially knock somebody off your... Well, you could potentially knock somebody off of your hit list.
It's like, yeah,
allegedly, potentially.
I'm not going public so long as... So I'm not going public so long as, I get one person on the Clinton body count. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm also going to pick Clinton because it makes better story. But I'll just leave you with this before we move on to the next. Imagine Lori Lightfoot.
No.
Going down on you, looking you in the eye.
Jesus fucking God.
Beetlejuice.
All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of the show for forever. I'll be back never. You have a good one. Jesus Christ, Tony.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Here's a small taste of post-show discussions.
Yes. All right, here's a great one. It's going to get better from here, I promise. Trapped between your mom and dad, or pushing into your mom or backing into your dad.
What?
Actually, I think the crickets in Phil's background were appropriate for this one.
Yeah,
you're trapped between your mom and dad. Or to get out, are you going to push into your mom or back into your dad?
I hate you.
I think this was an Adam Myers suggestion, so hate him.
Like, just that makes this so, brings us into so much more clarity.
There's no right answer here. This is just I
was about to say, are you doing the Tom Dubois from Boondocks 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3? You cannot have my booty, and then you use your butt and bounce whoever's behind you back so you can get out. Is that
I like that?
Because then, I'll probably do that. It's sorry, Dad, get the fuck off me. But that's
I'd probably just hopefully die.
I was gonna say, I would just try to asphyxiate myself to get out of the situation. That'd be my answer. Let's move on. Would you rather be forced to watch your parents in the bedroom this is a classic. Watch your parents.
Okay, Adam, we need to get enough of these.
No, this was somebody else. This is a classic one. I've seen this one before. Now, this one specifically, would you rather be forced to watch your parents in the bedroom every night for the rest of your life, or join in once to make it stop? It does not say to what degree you have to join in. It doesn't say you have to be physical. If you just have to be the cameraman once, sign me up for that.
In a video game harakiri.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, chicken's agreeing. We're going to move past that. Phil, do you have an input?
No.
Phil just wants to move past that. Okay. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? This is a toughie. Ooh. Like I said, some of these are actually good.
Ooh. Now,
I'd do 150.
My gut wants to say 150, but at the same time, what do you do with that information? And how do you handle that information for the rest of your existence? You don't,
guys,
you can't.
The aliens land in 70 years.
Well, that's what I use the next 10 minutes for, is to figure out when I'm
going to... to me, I would use the 10-minute power the way that Rick uses the
yes, exactly.
Future City crystal. I'm gonna die in the next 10 minutes. Better change shit.
Is this a one-time thing? I get to see one time 10 minutes or one time 150?
I think both would apply in this question.
If I can only do it one time, it's 150 for sure. But if it's something that I get for the rest of my life, 10 minutes, fuck yeah.
That's a good question, but I think for the sake of argument, let's say once.
One time, 150.
Yep.
I think I would still pick 10 minutes because here's my reasoning. I would figure out a way to become filthy fucking rich with
Tony's
that 10
gonna be
minutes
like,
of knowledge.
Am I gonna bang this broad?
No. Well, yes, a
That
little
was it.
bit, but
It's
no.
like, wait, I'm dead in 10 minutes. Wait, what am I supposed to change? Like shit. Like that's
No, I'm going to use it to become stinking, stupid, filthy, fucking rich in the next 10 minutes. Because with that, I would love to see 150 years in the future. I would love it. But then, you are burdened.
That is a roulette table. Guess the number perfectly.
That would be an unfathomable amount of information that you would now be burdened with, because now you wouldn't know how to comprehend, how to understand, or how to share it, or how to retain that information. It'd be incredible. It would be mind-bending.
I'm looking at what
but
life
it
is
would ruin
150
the rest
years
of your
from
life.
now. I don't imagine seeing that as knowing the knowledge of 150 years. I would see that as skipping ahead 150 years and seeing what life is like then. And then I can base my decisions of
which makes it even harder to comprehend.
No, that's easy.
It's like chicken comes back from
150
150
years. You're not going to be
years.
around in 150
Like,
years.
no one's going to fucking understand
I can
you.
focus on what's going to matter the most in 150 years and set my
chicken's like, guys,
offspring into
the great Bitcoin wars. Oh my
if I
God.
can make myself
the
rich,
trillions that die in the great
if
Bitcoin
I can make
wars.
myself rich in 10 minutes, I'd rather just do that and set the rest of
Imagine
my
in
family up.
1890 or 1880 if you were given that option and somebody told you you could see ahead
Easy.
150 years, and then you would see Google is huge, so you just like
you wouldn't even know how to comprehend Google.
You just
that's what Google's I mean. It would blow your fucking mind, and you would be burdened with that information.
You
for the
would
rest
know
of your
everybody
existence.
cared about Google. It wouldn't matter if it blew your mind or not.
And by the time, if you're in 1880, by the time Google's a thing, you're dead and gone. You are burdened with that information.
We're smarter people than that.
You're burdened with that information. I think it's more of a burden than it is a revelation.
You gotta understand. I don't know if you guys have ever got really
says 10 minutes ahead with a loan in the stock market even once can do pretty well.
I was about to say, if you could tell me what Apple stock is going to do 10 minutes from now, we could all be millionaires.
Exactly.
But
that's what I'm saying.
It's one thing to keep in mind in Greek tragedy, or in all Greek mythology and in their plays, every creature had a tragedy and a comedy. And the Minotaur, his comedy was that you could see, head of a bull, body of a man.
Yes.
His tragedy was that he knew the exact day, minute, and hour of his death.
Yep.
And I am afraid if you look 150 years in the future, you will also, unfortunately, have the fate of the Minotaur, in which you will know the exact day, hour, and minute of your death. And the tragedy was he was no longer able to actually live his life. He was simply doing a constant act of counting down. And so
it's a burden.
Warning, gentlemen, we have crossed the Rubicon into hour 3.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, that's perfect for the rest of these.
None of you fucks have the balls to make me drink any more of this gin, so I'm fine.
All right, next one.
This is an interesting one. I would love to revisit this sometime. Moving on. Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or the lead in a box office bomb?
Phil KOE don't play second fiddle to nobody leading a box office bomb, but if it's a cult classic, then I'll fucking take it.
That's where I'm torn. It's like,
what if you find out you get to be Tim Curry in like the Rocky Horror Picture Show? It's not gonna. It's going to be not your best work, but you're going to be part of a fucking
Tony's in a lead role in a bombing like woke movie.
Yeah. Fuck you.
He's in the Batwoman movie they were planning on making.
Batwoman.
He's the main villain. You're the main villain.
No, I'm Batwoman. I'm Batgirl.
Oh,
Batgirl?
Yes.
You're the woke black Batgirl.
I think I would pick the box office bomb just because of the notoriety. I think I'd rather
have at least one poster on the wall.
Hold on, how much does it pay?
Like that Arthur Roberts guy
I'll take the lead role in a bomb if I still get paid $30 million. I don't care.
Exactly.
I was about to say an extra and an Oscar winner gets paid like $400.
I'm going with the bomb. I think I'm going with the bomb.
I mean, agree. John Leguizamo really liked starring in The Pest. Oh, because Pest will
think
get the
I
party
poured more than a
started.
shot again, but-
Shout.
I don't have
man.
shot glasses, so I'm guessing. I don't know.
Dude, you went way
That looks a little
overboard
stout.
again.
Yeah.
Well,
Cheers.
Chicken's alone in a hotel room wanting to get his drink on. What do you expect? Nice.
Woo.
At least he's shooting something good.
Yeah.
True.
Oh yeah.
We needed to send him a bottle of LTD to go with him.
True. And Urasama says, "What if the box office bomb was a porno?" Yeah, I'm in. I was already in. You don't have to convince me anymore.
Wait.
Like,
Straight or gay?
oh shit! Now notoriety's notoriety.
Okay, Chicken. The gay one pays really well.
No.
Okay, all right. Just was wondering what the line was there for you.
All right, here's your. This is an easy one for me. Would you rather eat 1,000 bees or stand in a beehive for 1 hour? I'm standing in the beehive for 1 hour because guess what? Bees are not going to attack you if you're not an asshole to bees.
Are the bees that you're going to eat dead, or are they alive?
I'm going to go with, let's say for the sake of argument, chocolate covered.
Okay.
So they're
But you're
dead.
still eating bugs.
Yeah, but
I'll
you got to
stand for an
realize
hour.
I love seafood, so this is just dry seafood. No, I'm kidding.
Look,
I
was
no,
up
Tony,
on top.
I think it's a meme you really need to make where it's like Zelensky's going, eat the bugs, and people are like, no way, I'll never do that. But then it shows like a big plate of like lobster and shrimp and all this shit. And we're like, whoa, it's sea bugs, so it's different.
Better.
Yeah,
I'm standing in that fucking thing for an hour. I'm not eating that shit. Fuck that. No, I'm
but
not
what if
doing
we
that
find
shit.
out you're like Macaulay Culkin allergic to bees or something, and then it's like he doesn't even have his sunglasses on. Like, yeah, I mean, you never know, T. I mean, like,
hang on. I gotta address
Urasama
this.
says, eat 1,000 bees, especially if I can cook them in various ways. I'm cool with eating bugs as long as the meat stays.
No, put me in that fucking honeycomb.
I was about to say if we can like prepare them in certain ways, yeah, I'd go with eating.
Can I convince you to give me a beer chug instead of a shot, Chicken?
Sure. I'll agree to a beer chug.
All right, let me get that ready as I pull up.
It's the same
next
amount
one.
of alcohol, really, but
True. All right, here I'm going to pull up the next one. This is a totally fair question. Would you rather bang Nancy Pelosi or get banged by Michelle Obama?
I'll bang Nancy all day.
Yeah, like if those are my choices, gun to my head, yeah, Nancy. Jesus Christ.
Let's see.
Would you
do you want to get banged?
Michael?
I mean, okay, here's the thing. Like, it's not my forte, but you got to assume. You've got to assume that. Okay, I'm in. Nancy Pelosi. You sold me.
Then she's got a couple of those bottles of like $60,000 scotch.
That's what this is. This picture is labeled as WWTD. What would Tom do? You know what Tom
We all
would
know.
do?
That right there.
That was perfect.
And
Thank you.
Urasama, unfortunately, he's correct. If you choose Michelle, you might get assassinated for knowing too much.
Yeah.
All right, he's right. I'll go with that. But I'm just saying, if you ever wanted to, sidestep and try something new, like who better than Michelle Obama? Like, look at these guys.
What would Phil do?
We know what Phil would do. Look how happy
Crazy,
Chicken
wacky,
looks.
smacky.
I know.
Like he's so
I was
happy.
having a good
He finally
time.
got a twerk. He let his inner club girl
What's
out.
this? Fucking Tony's such a pussy. Why? Why am I a pussy?
Ain't
He
taking
wouldn't
that.
take a shot. He wanted a beer
Man.
chug.
Oh, fine, I'll do both. Fuck you, Justin, you piece of shit.
Hoo-ha!
If you choose Michelle, yeah, okay. All right, fuck you, Justin. Here, you want to be?
Hey,
you want
do
to be
your beer chug. Don't be intimidated by Justin. Just do your beer chug.
Justin doesn't even have equipment. Fuck him.
Ziggy zag, yo, yo, yo. Ziggy
Yeah, I gotta
zag,
mark
ziggy
it.
zag, yo.
Oi, oi, oi.
208.40. Got it.
And could he go all the way? Yes,
Yeah.
folks. Go!
Nice.
208.54. Okay, got it. Let's move on to the next before I say something even more fucked up. Okay, this is a less controversial one. This is specifically for chicken. Would you rather bang Tony G, or would you rather bang Phil KOE?
Can I have both?
No, no, you can't
greedy.
have both.
You're too greedy. Sorry,
Yeah.
chicken.
You only pick one. Personally, I'm going to pick Tony G because I think he's a more
I'm going to pick
lover.
Phil KOE because of just how beautiful and like just teddy bear snuggleable he is. So, you know.
Okay, so Phil jumped to like took my idea there. Like, as much as it would be fun to cuddle with Phil, like I know afterwards I'd be warm, I'd be comfortable.
You'd feel safer than you've ever been.
I've slept at Tony's house before. I've slept at Phil's house before.
Chicken, I'm just telling you right now, all those promises of cuddles, no, he's going to pass out and he's going to fucking fart and he's going to take the blankets. I'm actually going to spoon with you. Here's my shot.
Nice shot. I'm gonna stick with Phil because I know Tony's kids would come in several times throughout the night. His wife would make me get off of him several times throughout the night because she would be jealous. I think I would be more free with Phil, and Phil's got so many more guns, so much more liquor.
Wow.
And he's warm and cuddly. So
now, we learned something.
No. Tony's house is gonna have better snacks.
Hold on. I'm going to have more fun fixing things around Phil's house.
I'm just going to put it out there and say that we learned something about chicken tonight. He would rather take than give.
A man around the house. Like, God,
chicken would rather take than give because you know Phil's not taking it. So I'm just saying.
Like for all of Phil's faults around his house, like I could fix all that. We would live in harmony pretty well.
Oh,
we're not talking about being a handyman. We're talking about gay
I would
sex.
be Phil's handyman.
I was about to say, it's like
what? You're
Phil
talking about
my teddy
you're talking
bear.
about the intro to the porno. We're talking
Phil
about
would
like
be
the
my
other
teddy
40
bear,
minutes.
I'd be his handyman.
Yeah, chicken's hung up on like the first 4 minutes of the porno, thinking about that. We're talking about the other 30 minutes here.
Oh, I'd let you come rate me once in a while. It's
like
that's great.
It's like chicken's still into doing the trim in my living room. It's like, but are we like?
Oh, I thought really needs some work, Phil.
I thought we were.
You know, I might have fixed.
No,
your
he's legitimately working on the trim.
No, Phil, I would have had your bathroom fixed within 2 weeks of you bringing that goddamn toilet home. Okay.
All right. So just chicken handyman.
Jesus, let's just move on. This was
this didn't go the way.
Would you rather be first in a gangbang of a random hot girl or last in a gangbang with Sophie D? I don't know that I know who Sophie D is.
You should do some research.
I'm gonna look. Oh, well, I can't share that on the screen.
I'd be first.
No, you can't.
Oh. That changes things.
I'd go
first
with random.
I'm going to stick with first with a random. Although I don't know that I would hate the other option. Wow. Huh.
Yeah, like if you can find a PG-13 picture of
I
her.
Can't. Otherwise I'd share it. This was closer than I'd like to admit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is difficult.
Yeah, actually, this is 50-50.
Like it's almost to the point where you're having to ask, like, all right, so how many other dudes are in this gangbang? But
that's true. How many are we talking?
I would be with a random hot girl first, usually. But
are we raw dogging or are there rubbers?
Well, God, I hope you're wearing a rubber at a gangbang. What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ!
I don't. This isn't my hypothetical.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with my original answer. I'll do first.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be first.
Well, yeah,
but yeah, it's a lot closer than I want to admit.
That's always a race you want to finish first, folks.
The
gangbang race.
This chick, no matter how well they screen people, she's got something.
Oh, she's got a lot of tread on those tires, but you're gonna feel like $1 million because you actually last for a while.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
I was about to say
it's not real.
Like immediately afterwards, if you're
None
doing
of
the
that's
Sophie D
real.
option, you're going to be filled with so much shame. It's going to be like the Hulk coming
That's
back
true.
down to the regular
Oh, my
guy.
God.
Like, oh
Think
God,
about
what did
that.
I do? Like,
Think about all the
like,
shame you feel after masturbating, and then think about all the shame you'd
take
feel
that
after being
times-
guy number 301 in the gangbang with Sophie D. That's a shame that you can't imagine.
I was about to say, like, that's one of those. I'm going to have to go to the mountaintop and ask
All right,
questions of
Tony.
myself.
How many
let's
more
go to
have
the
we
next.
got of these?
Just a few.
Okay.
Would you rather have the car of your dreams, can't drive it or sell it, or have unlimited free gas driving a Toyota?
Unlimited free gas. I don't care what the
Fuck
rest
yes.
of the sentence says.
Yep, give me that Toyota all day.
I was about to say, it's like the car of your dreams. Like, so I get to do like the stupid bullshit Andrew Tate thing. I got a Bugatti. What color is your Bugatti? But like never
Andrew
fucking
Tate,
drives it.
Jesus
So
Christ.
actually the last weekend I had my
That
daughter
is
with
one
me, and
person we
we
have
both
not-
watched Andrew Tate videos for like an hour and just laughed at him for a solid hour. It was one of the funnest times we had.
Yeah, that's one thing on this show we have not done is brought
We
up
need
Andrew
to.
Tate a lot. We need to focus.
I got a
little bit
Bugatti.
more.
How many Bugattis do you got? What color is your Bugatti?
Yeah.
I am a former
I would do the
kickboxing
car-
world champion. I've
I'd do
beaten
the-
so many cans.
I did the car of my dreams because my job pays for my gas. So
But you
no.
can't
But no, like-
drive it.
One last thing I'd like to say.
I don't care.
I've
So
seen
what
about
good is it?
It's something free that I.
So
like-
what? You're going to
Yeah,
put it on
true.
display and you're just going to look at it.
It's something I don't have right now that I could have in the future.
Nah, fuck
I-
that. I'm picking the Toyota. Give me
Yeah,
the
something
Toyota
I can-
all day.
It doesn't mean I can't give it to my kid and he sells it.
I could give the fucking Toyota Tercel to my kid. I'd feel safe that my kid's driving a Toyota Tercel.
Now, guys, I just want to say this one thing since we touched on it a second ago. I've watched about 5-6 of Andrew Tate's fights, and I'm going to say, Andrew, I would slap you around like you smack around your fucking bitches, okay?
Challenge.
So, yeah, like it wouldn't, like, just meet me in an MMA cage. Yeah, it wouldn't be close.
All right.
But
Would you rather be insanely rich your whole life and die a horrible, excruciating, drawn-out death, or would you rather be living paycheck to paycheck your whole life and die quickly and painlessly?
well,
you're
considering I'm
describing
already
my
having a
life right
horrible,
now.
excruciating, drawn-out death called life, I'll take the being insanely rich to go along with it. Because, like, to me, I've often said, like, here's the thing, kids. I know you're not going to like this, but like, especially the folks who are really into getting into good shape, you are not going to be able to sit up and jog your way to immortality. So, I've always joked, my plan is, all right, I want to make a decent enough amount of money, get to a decent age, and then do one of those where I'm dead before I hit the ground. So there's no fucking hospital bills and my kid can just inherit everything that I've built over the life rather than give it away to some hospital. So I'll go with being insanely rich, but if I had to die an excruciating, drawn-out death, my hope is to have one of those I'm dead before I'm hit the ground moments, like when I'm like 72, 73. That's the hope.
Yeah, I don't want to slowly die. Yeah, I'm kind of with
We
you on
all
that,
are,
so-
though.
Yeah, I mean, we're already doing it.
Yeah.
The moment you're born, you're slowly dying.
Every
Yeah.
breath is just another reprieve towards the inevitable end, folks. It's unfortunate.
So yeah, I would ignore both of those realities and just say have fun.
Yeah, I like that. No,
Just gonna
but
roll the dice.
That's
I-
kind of what I've been doing my whole
Is-
life.
as long as the paychecks keep rolling in. Give me
Yeah,
that
as
one.
long as I can take care of my wife and kid.
Yeah.
My philosophy on life doesn't have to reflect theirs. I can do what I want,
There you go.
and I can take care of them. If as long as I'm not too irresponsible and fuck things up.
Oh God, I forgot about this one. I'm sorry. You either lose 1 inch from your penis each time you have sex, or you have reverse boner syndrome, which is when you are always hard except when aroused, and then you go soft.
Tricks
I'm
on
confused.
you. I already have that shit. No, I'm kidding. All you
Phil
did
can
is
only
give me
have sex-
reverse.
Phil-
But
Phil can only have
I win. Like,
Phil could only have sex 3.5 more times.
waka,
Yeah, what
waka.
do you do when like you hit negative?
Yeah, I don't know how the logistics of this
you've
are
seen-
ridiculous.
You've seen what an any belly button looks like, chicken.
Well, I just reject this premise.
Chicken's like, whoa. You mean
okay?
I can only have sex 2 more times? This is bullshit.
No. Let's
This
go
is
with the
easy.
premise that like there's Mandingo out there.
This is
right?
easy.
15 inches. So Mandingo can only have 15 sexual interactions
Before
the
he
rest
has a
of his
vagina.
life
I like how
before he
we're
has
all
a vagina.
demonstrating some
Well, no,
product
to
knowledge here.
be fair, Mandingo could probably have like 19. Then he would officially have a vagina. Because you got to have at least 3-4 inches.
Like the silliness
depth.
of that premise is just not gonna. Well, because then it's like I can still have sex. You just have to fuck me now.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean it's not pleasurable. It just means that I might have to accept.
Ooh, but how long can you go before like that negative inches gets to like? Oh, I don't know.
And then how far do you go till those negative inches becomes gender reassignment affirming procedure?
Right.
Exactly.
And when is the Supreme Court going to step in and say that this is not right?
Look, I'm in my late 30s officially now.
Clarence
so
Thomas still be alive.
I'm 36, so I'm going to go with I'm always hard except when I'm aroused, and then I'll go soft because that's the harsh reality anyway.
Oh, it's like the Incredible Hulk.
I would rather have sex.
The trick is I'm always horny.
If I only had a 2-inch dick, I would rather have great sex 2 times than to never be able to have sex again.
Look, lot lizards exist. Like they're loose as shit.
Reverse boner syndrome is the worst thing. That's saying you
Yeah.
can't ever have sex again.
Look, you can still have sex if you're soft.
Oh, you can.
Like,
you
that
just have to be
doesn't
bored
stop.
with
Yeah,
it.
it's not
That's
good.
all.
It's not.
You
good.
just have to be bored
I mean,
with
it's
the sex.
good.
That's
It's
all.
still sex,
soft.
which is better than no
soft
sex.
dick sex.
God, I
Soft dick
guess
sex?
whatever.
No. It ain't
But
gonna
no,
be.
no, Urasama. That's just metaphorically. Eventually, your
No,
penis
this
will
is
end up
physically
piercing
in this
your own heart.
hypothetical.
Eventually, your penis. Yes, I love it.
All right, let's move on to the next.
Next.
Would you rather have All Star by Smash Mouth play every time you orgasm, or orgasm every time you hear All Star by Smash Mouth?
Can I have
Yes.
both?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
Yes.
can I
Yes.
just have both? Because
I just want to come buckets all the time.
like. Now
Hey,
I like
Because
the
it's on
fact,
repeat.
I do think I do like the
Game
idea
on.
of my orgasm
Yeah.
having its own entrance music.
Yeah.
More than anything. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. And then I'm already
just-
off and passing
I'm
out by the time
imagining-
he goes, and all that glitter is gold.
I'm imagining Phil right now tensing up, and then
I tense up. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll.
oh my god.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the.
I'm gonna go with the first. Because if I'm in Walmart and All Star just randomly plays like that might kind of
No, that's what makes me indifferent about this one. I love
I was
that
about to
idea.
say this. The second one sounds like you might end up on a registry at some point.
Exactly. I'm gonna go with the
No,
first.
Your Honor, you don't understand. They played Smash Mouth All Star. This person is insane. Get them out of my court.
then
The
all of a
genie
sudden-
did not understand
No,
the
no, no.
instructions.
I could see Phil in court trying to explain. They were playing All Star in the store, like it just happened, and then all of a sudden Phil hits play, and the judge goes, "Ah!"
See, it's like a mind virus.
Oh
It's
my
spreading, Your Honor. So, yeah,
All
I'm
right,
gonna go with having entrance music to my orgasm.
God. Agreed, 100%, 100%.
Are we almost done with
Spoon,
these?
Jesus Christ, yeah, we're
Oh
almost done.
fuck!
Wow. Spoon feed Joe Biden every meal for the rest of your life, or spoon feed Trump every meal for
Trump!
the rest of his life.
Trump.
Hang on, let me finish. Spoon feed Biden.
You don't have to. You
Let
quit
me
drilling. You hit
finish,
oil.
because we will eventually put this on audio, Phil. Jesus. Spoon feed Biden every meal for the rest of your life, or spoon feed Trump every meal for the rest of his life. They live as long as you do, and then they starve because there's no one there to spoon feed.
Oh God, I was about to say, like, if
Trump.
I could add somebody to live as long as I do, can we add Clarence Thomas on that? Just so like I can give that guy another 40, maybe 50 years of just yes.
Put
But
porn stars on that list.
but no, like sorry, Trump. Going to Trump.
My initial reaction would be Trump, but goddamn, can you imagine the fever dream comments that you would get with Biden?
But listen here,
Trump
Jack,
would be more entertaining.
I don't like these Cheerios.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that and he's going to be the 45th and 47th president of the United States.
Cheerios,
So
you ain't black.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pick Biden just because it'd be funner.
All right, next.
Would you rather be sexually assaulted by Herbie Husker or be bitten in the nuts by a toilet? Give me Herbie all day.
I was about to say, I feel like I could fight Herbie off. A toilet snake is something
I can
that just
fight Herbie up with a
nowhere.
toothpick. A toilet snake? Fuck that.
I think I should seduce Herbie Husker.
True. Little red.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with fighting off Herbie Husker. Because I mean he's got to get that suit off and everything. It's gonna be really difficult. So,
I gotta agree.
I'm going with the Herb.
Hang on. Before we get to the last one, let's see what Chicken's doing.
Yeah, just gonna with your dickle.
All right, let's do it. Last one.
All right, last one. All right, here we go. Have a true flashback of the worst day of your life right after you wake up or right before you go to sleep.
Well, tricks on you. I already have that when I wake up and go to sleep every day. So, you mean I can cut that in half?
No, we're talking vivid, lucid, fully awake flashback style dream. Like you're not asleep. You're not actually getting refreshed. You're getting that full frontal, vivid dream while you're fully awake before you go to sleep or right after you wake up.
I'd rather have it after I wake up. Like and that's not something that's not irregular. Like there's, I don't know, worst day of my life. There's, I don't know, 2 or 3 days of my life that I like constantly think about of like, I don't never want that to happen again. I kind of live my life by some of those principles of like, how can I prevent that from ever happening? So if it happens and you have that flashback at the beginning of your day, it's going to make you think about that the rest of your day and make sure it doesn't happen again. So
I'm trying to find, it was a German philosopher. Here we go. Eric Maria Remarque. And one of the things that he said, and very poignant quote, was the person that you think of when you first wake up in the morning and right before you go to sleep is either the source of your greatest love or the source of your greatest pain. And that's and so to me it's one thing. It's like kind of like a self-affirmation thing. Like if you try to like visualize the one person you love the most in this life before you go to sleep, you will actually have more pleasant dreams. You will actually wake up in a much more pleasant state of mind because it's just a self-affirmation thing. So it really is true. Like what you think about right before you go to sleep and what you think about first when you wake up in the morning is either the source of your greatest love or the source of your greatest pain. So to me, I would go with, if I had to, I would go with right before I go to sleep because I'm always kind of a insomniac anyways. And my thoughts always kind of tend to go darker right before I go to sleep anyway. So it wouldn't be wildly outside of my regular experience.
Fair. That's fair. I would agree mostly with that. And if anybody has a funny one to end with, because I didn't realize we were going to end with a dark one. But no, like I'm looking at this and I'm reading this a specific way. Have a true flashback of the worst day of your life right after you wake up or right before you go to sleep. Because then I can imagine myself trying to sleep after that. And I can imagine myself waking up multiple times after that. And I do that anyway. I don't need help waking up throughout the night. So I think I'd rather have it like right after I wake up and get it the fuck over with and get on with my day.
I spend most of my mornings trying to find... not looking for inspiration,
Right.
But I'm a very positive person, and you're gonna experience so much negativity throughout your whole day. I structure my mornings every morning with a lot of positivity. Like, I watch positive podcasts, I watch inspirational things. I won't go on Facebook, I won't go on Instagram, I won't go on Twitter in the morning because it's all negative. So my mornings, I have like 3 podcasts I listen to before I look at anything else, just to give me a positive outlook on the day before I look at anything else, because I think that it's super important to me. And it's made my life better. I started doing that about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's like, if I could measure it, like it was like a 300% fucking increase in my daily enjoyment of life. So
I like that.
I've noticed sometimes when you guys, like, if I wake up like at 8:30 or something in the morning, and you guys have already started into your like morning like audio, like, on the Facebook side chat, there are times I'm like, yeah, I'm afraid it's a little too early in my day to start my day with Lynn's voice. So I'm gonna hit up a couple podcasts.
I'm not gonna start my day with
first.
Lynn trolling me.
Let me show you something, you motherfucker.
Watch
there are
me
some
for
mornings
30
where it's
seconds, you son of a bitch, and then hey, I just wanted you to watch my face at the last 2 seconds. Lynn,
yeah. So there are times where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch something a little calming to start my morning, but yeah. Other than that, I do totally understand what you like. The sleep cycle is one of the least understood things of the human mind, and one of the most essential. Yes. Like, people will actually physically die if you don't let them sleep after 5-6 days. Yeah. It's a weird fucking thing about
before bed. One thing that I've noticed, so this is, again, I have not like perfected the system at all in any way, but I found, like, if I don't listen to something thought-provoking before sleep, my dreams suck. And they're random, they're weird, they're not good, they're just silly, stupid, weird shit, if I even remember them. But if I listen to, like, say, like a Lex Friedman podcast, or a crazy weird debate on something super important, like on abortion, or like some of these weird topics, if you're interested in them, if you're not interested in it, it doesn't do anything. But if you're like listening to a debate or a high functioning discussion on certain things before you go to bed, and I only do it 2 times a week. If I don't have to wake up in the morning, that's the only time I do it. If I know I have no obligation to be up at like 4 in the morning, if I know I can just sleep in and wake up whenever I wake up, I will watch a high functioning conversation going to bed and listen to it as I'm sleeping. I get drawn back into that conversation. I understand it better the next day when I listen to it again. It was like, I don't know if it's a subconscious thing, but like, then I get to listen to it again. I like, sometimes when you watch those, listen to them, whoever it is, like, it's really hard to follow if you don't understand what they're saying. But to me, that's helped me a lot when I'm like researching, thinking about, or trying to understand something better. That's how I like get into that topic and start like diving into it. It helps me a lot. And then when I watch that podcast during the day live, or like during my normal functioning day while I'm mowing the yard, then I'm like, oh shit, yeah. And then I'm like fucking on point with it. Even if that conversation's way over my head, I seem to understand and relate to it a lot better if I do it that way.
Okay. I like that.
So, folks, self-affirmation help here from the Big Bucking Empire, folks.
I've got. Well, hang on. I got.
Oh God, I thought
kind
that
of
was
one from.
One.
It is. I got a half-ass one from Justin Chris, and then I've got one on a happy note. Then we'll finish. Justin says, "Stall for 30 more minutes and another round of shots." No. Or get filled when his phone finally sends all his memes. Like, that's daily.
Yeah,
we experience it. We don't get a choice about that one.
No,
but I'm gonna finish this off. I'm gonna finish this off with a happy one and not a dark one. This is an original right here, right now.
Oh boy.
Here you go. Give anal to Kim Kardashian to receive oral from Jenna Jameson.
Oh God, that's
Anal.
hard.
No, it's not anal.
I'm going oral all day. All day.
Can I do both?
Oh, you greedy fuck. Fuck you.
No,
you greedy
you
fuck.
can't do both. No. Here's the thing. And it's not even close. Oral, because guess what? Kim Kardashian, for whatever got, oh Jesus, she's not even fucking. She's not even a professional.
No. Stop.
She's not
Kim
even a
Kardashian
professional.
all day. I'm there.
No. The best anal.
You're gonna have a better story. Sorry, Tony.
No, you're
between
not.
if you get a bang Jenna or have Jenna suck you off or bang Kim Kardashian, you got a way better story in the old folks home.
If I do,
Fuck
Jenna,
your story. Fuck your story.
No, fuck you. I gotta talk about how I banged both Hillary Clinton and Kim Kardashian in the old folks home. According to this, that is, I win all the old man stories. No old man fucking tops me.
No, you're out of your fucking mind.
Who
gives a fuck about your story? The goddamn experience.
Even the nurses are going to want to hear my stories, okay?
You're out of your
The nurses
fucking
changing
mind.
my old man diapers are going to want to hear that story.
Get done yelling and I'll explain why you're wrong.
Hold on. If I got to tell somebody, even a peer of mine, 10 years from now, that Jenna Jameson gave me oral, they'd be like, dude, what kind of diseases are on your dick? But if I told them that I fucked Kim Kardashian in the ass, they'd be like, dude, what'd Kanye West think about that?
I
bet he was watching so
fix
hard.
Those would be the questions that would be asked at that moment. No. Kim
That
Kardashian
Pete
all the way.
Davidson guy is outside looking in the window crying.
Kids, what are they going to ask about Jenna Jameson? Did Tito Ortiz get mad? Who cares?
You guys are both. No,
Who cares?
Here's the thing. You guys are both going to think about this tonight when you go to lay down. You're going to be like, oh, shit, no, I picked wrong. Here's the thing. Kim Kardashian.
Hey, I'll give you that.
Care.
If I have a dream about either of these tonight, I'm cool.
You're welcome. Here's the thing. Let me finish. Here's the thing. Let me finish. Kim Kardashian is not, was never, and still to this day is not a porn star. And anal takes little to no
what you call
effort.
a bug, I
Bill,
call a main
shut the fuck up. I'm talking. Kim Kardashian is not now, nor was she ever, nor is she now a porn star. And all she has to do is lay there and take it up the fat fucking ass. Good for her. Jenna Jameson perfected her fucking mouth techniques over decades and decades and decades of service. You tell me an open, empty space of an asshole or the expertise mouth of the most coveted porn star in the world. This is a fucking no-brainer, and you will both regret answering Kim Kardashian. That's fine. You'll regret it later. You will.
Financial future makes more sense.
Doesn't matter. If you don't want to admit it now, you don't want to admit it later.
Oh, no, I don't give a damn if it's one night stand with
fucking became you. We both know. We all know which one would actually feel better.
I don't actually.
That also, Tony, actually,
I have a
Kim
feeling that Jenna
Kardashian
Jameson's
does have
mouth
a
would
sex
actually
tape, so
feel
technically
tighter
she is a porn
than Kim
star.
Kardashian's ass.
You know what? I feel like that's something that I will fucking take the bullet on that one to figure that one out. Which one?
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, let's find this out.
I feel like I'd be vindicated.
Well, if I get the chance
I'm glad we
to
ended the show
experience
that way.
both, then Tony, I'll be glad we had this argument. It's like, well, yes, Tony, you're totally vindicated. Yep, you're the winner here.
A Kim sex tape is not worth billions. She already did one that was lame as shit, just like a reality show.
And it made her billions of dollars.
Wasn't lame. All of Jenna Jameson's pornos.
I was about to say, who made more money off of time filmed? I'd say Kim. Made
Which
a couple
does
$billion
not translate into what
fucking
feels
up
better.
R&B singer one time.
No, that does not translate.
Phil, take it away.
Folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here this evening on the Big Bucking Empire, folks. I am your king of extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, the lord of the Scottish Highlands. You can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube, KOE Nation on Twitch, KOE Nation on TikTok, and be sure to subscribe because tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central Time, the next chapter of the Sweet 16 Bourbon Tournament, the Splendor Bracket. Elijah Craig 18 versus Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit versus Old Forester Statesman versus Four Roses Small Batch Select. That drops tomorrow, folks. Be ready for it and be there. It's going to be the place to be. But folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Raise a glass, of mug, a stein, a bottle, a flask, a canteen, a vessel of any kind. Raise it high, and I hope to find all of you back here, happy, healthy, much the wiser. God bless. Travel well. Tony, Chicken, take it away.
Tony, I'll let you wrap it up. Your RWP champion, the people's champion, if you will, your big bucking emperor is saying goodnight to you all. Thank you, and appreciate you tuning in to the most independent, inclusive, iconic, impeccable, immaculate, illuminating, illustrious, intense podcast you've ever watched. We look forward to seeing you all next week. We look forward to you subscribing. And yeah, Tony, round out the night and let's say goodnight to these beautiful, beautiful people.
Look, there's no tongue inside of an asshole, so you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage. Like, I'm just saying, like, you're trading pleasure for notoriety, and that's just ridiculous. But whatever. Anyway, I'm the quadruple distilled, non-chill filtered, 13-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. I'm non-Kappa friendly, and you can find me on TikTok at Tone of the Rod 2.0, and it's really just as simple as that. Folks, like, share, and subscribe to Big Bucking Empire on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe to the Dog and Chicken Show on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe to Big Bucking Empire on Facebook. And the best thing you can do for yourself and everybody around, subscribe for the $5 monthly thing on Facebook for Big Bucking Empire.
You will get money every day.
At least 4 shots or 4 beer chugs per month. You get 1 per show, 1 per hour. It's not that fucking hard. Math's not that hard, folks. Stop spending money you don't need to. Come join, have fun. Guess what? We will see you next week for episode 150 fucking 3 landmark, and we're going to get better and better as we always do. It's better every week, folks. Look at us. We're hot, we're sexy, we're in like Flint. It's never going to get better except for next week and the week after and the week after. So don't miss it.
Each show progressively is the most amazing show you've ever
Exactly.
seen.
And it's really the most influential event in your life. Every week.
And missing it is a disservice to yourself.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
with
folks,
that said, folks, appreciate you. As always. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Good night.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost.